this time. Looks for Deutsch. Deutsch at the 1 into the end zone.
Field play action now. Look to pass over the middle. It's intercepted by Cole Hebel. Intercepted by Hebel. Rears back, comes downfield, has Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the 40, to the 50, to the 40. Rodriguez is going to keep going.
Right, Fetting's got room, and here's Bo Fetting. Fetting's still on his feet. Fetting's gone.
Looking to pass, playing off, coming left side, picked up by Cotton. Alex Cotton with the pick, he'll take it back and into the end zone.
Turn and hand the ball off. Will Starkey, he thunders his way. 30, 20, one man to beat. He's got
The middle's got a man, that's Friddle. Look out, Friddle, 40, 30, he's loose, 20, 10, touchdown.
Halstead Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Hi and a pleasant good evening. Welcome to the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com. Tonight, on a beautiful September evening, we bring you the Bitker Inc. pregame show featuring the Ada-Borup-West Cougars and the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. They open up Minnesota high school football on yourliveevent.com. Kevin Kochman along with Mike Erickson joining you tonight for the broadcast. Jack running the show behind the scenes on yourliveevent.com. Tonight, the LPA Raiders and Ada-Borup-West Cougars open the season just like they did a year ago. The difference is they're playing in Ada rather than Lake Park, and the weather is a lot better tonight than it was a year ago for the season opener. The Cougars and Raiders, the Bitker Inc. pregame show. We'll come back and have a chance to catch up with both head coaches. We'll get you set for kickoff. The Cougars and Raiders. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
One of the main benefits of moving to the Halstead Living Center and Heritage House community is to enjoy every comfort of home without the burdens of home ownership in an environment that offers choices for care assistance, social interaction, group activities, or simply quiet, comfortable living. Another reason to choose Halstead Living Center and Heritage House is to get back to living life through their all-inclusive services and full array of social events, spiritual enrichment programs, recreational activities, and lifelong learning. For more information, call 456-2105 or log on to halsteadlivingcenter.com.
Glasses say so much about your personality and personal style. At Valley Vision Clinic, they are happy to work with you in selecting frames that complement your features and vision needs as well as fit your budget. If you're not sure that glasses are for you, ask the Valley Vision Clinic in Ada about contact lenses. There are many advantages to consider when determining if contact lenses are right for you, and the knowledgeable staff at Valley Vision can answer any questions you may have. For all your eye care needs, call Dr. Dave Solseng and staff at Valley Vision Clinic in Ada, 784-4091.
It is the Bitker Inc. pregame show on yourliveevent.com. The Ada-Borup-West Cougars, Lake Park Audubon Raiders high school football here this evening as we get into our pregame show conversations tonight. They're brought to you by our friends at the Georgetown Farmers Elevator and Georgetown Agronomy, working with you, the area farmer, georgetownfarmers.com. Down on the field, we have Mike Erickson and the head coach of Ada-Borup-West Cougar football, Paul Tingham, for our pregame coaches' comments.
All right, Paul. We have a scrimmage last week. You want to describe good things you saw, things you're looking to improve on, or what we're looking to build on going into this game with Lake Park Audubon?
Scrimmage went pretty well overall. We had to replace our whole O-line off of last year, and they held up pretty well Saturday. So we're looking for an improvement definitely on our 5 guys in the offensive line for sure. They did a nice job last Saturday, but we need to continue to just improve every week there. But overall, all the coaches were pretty happy with how the scrimmage went. We did some nice things. Always going to be things to improve on. As any sport, you're always looking at film and making corrections and trying to get better at things. So, we just look to make a big improvement off that first live action from last Saturday.
Yeah, and it's always fun as a player to go out and hit people that aren't your teammates that first time around. So did we come back practice-wise, focused and ready to go?
Yeah, we did. It went well. It was pretty limited plays. It was kind of nice. You got some live action to see where you're at, but it wasn't a whole lot of action. But definitely come back on Monday, and definitely got some things we worked on with the guys to improve on that we noticed in the scrimmage, and hopefully we see that improvement tonight. And this one's for real tonight, so we got to come out and hopefully play as mistake-free football as we can. There's always going to be some mistakes, but you want to limit those mistakes, limit turnovers, limit penalties, and then just play your best up to your potential.
What are your keys to the game for a victory against Lake Park Audubon?
For me, it's always take care of the football. You got to win that turnover battle against good football teams. If you win that turnover battle, that's huge. That's number one. Defensively, I think we got to get them in 2nd and 7 or longer consistently. If we can do that, it kind of helps us out a lot, get them in 2nd and long. Offensively, we want to get ourselves in a 2nd and 5 to 6 or less is going to be huge for us. So, and then win that field position battle with special teams. Sometimes it's okay to punt. Pin them deep and play defense. So, I think those 4 things are going to be huge for us. If we can control those 4 things, we're going to be fine, I think.
All right, thanks for the comments, Paul, and good luck.
Hey, thank you.
Very good. Mike Erickson down on the field with Paul Tingham, head coach of Ada-Borup-West football, joining us for our pregame coaches' comments. They are presented to you by the Georgetown Farmers Elevator and Georgetown Agronomy, working with you, the area farmer, GeorgetownFarmers.com. More to come on the Bitker Inc. pregame show. The head coach of the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, P.J. Peterson, is next on deck for part of our pregame conversations. As we bring you back to the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada, we're broadcasting from the Laura Tweeten Thrivent Financial Broadcast booth. If you're saving for college, visit with Laura Tweeten, your Thrivent representative today. Find out more information. Thrivent Financial, Laura Tweeten. We'll be back with more from the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada after this.
Halstead Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halstead Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
At Community Co-op, we offer our energy solutions programs to help area farm operations. Hi, this is Rocky Bruin. One of our popular programs is our fuel contracting with only 30 cents per gallon upfront payment, and our pricing programs are a couple quick reasons why you would lock in your fuel contracting price with Community Co-op. Let us help you manage your risk. Call 1-888-935-2281 and we can discuss more of your energy solutions programs from Community Co-ops of Lake Park.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
For all of your insurance needs, contact the Linfors Insurance Agency with locations in Foston, Bagley, Clearbrook, Minoman, and Ada.
Back here on the Bitker Inc. pregame show, it is time for harvest season here in the region. And, of course, if you need tire repairs, call Troy the Tire Guy at Bitker Inc. 218-456-7467. Have a safe harvest from Bitker Inc. More as we get ready for Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon in high school football. The season opener tonight on yourliveevent.com. And down in the field, we have our pregame coaches' comments. Mike Erickson is standing by with the head coach of Lake Park Audubon, P.J. Peterson.
All right, PJ, we had a scrimmage last week. Could you describe how that went, things that went well, things that you need to improve on?
We did a lot of things well last week. Scrimmaged some section opponents and AAA team, and we brought the fight to them, which was awesome to see. Just had to fix some little things in practice this week, which we saw our guys do, and we're really confident for the game here tonight.
Good deal. So a week of practice, were guys focused and ready to go? I mean, when you get into that scrimmage, it's always fun to hit different guys for the first time, and now it's for real. So how'd practice go?
Practice went really well. They got a little old of practicing, right? They wanted to get to the game, so there was a little bit of antsiness and getting ready for this, and they're ready. They're ready to go. So we're excited.
All right. Keys to the game against the Cougars today?
We just got to play LPA football. Don't beat LPA. Contain them on defense, sustain drives on offense, and control the line of scrimmage is what we got to do.
All right, sounds good. Good luck, PJ. Have fun.
Thank you.
There we go. PJ Peterson, head coach of the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, joining us in our pregame conversations. The pregame coaches' comments are brought to you by our friends at the Georgetown Farmers Elevator, georgetownfarmers.com. To sell your grain, talk to Gary Balsam, 218-236-6661. More information, georgetownfarmers.com. The Bitker Inc. pregame show continues tonight from the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada as we bring you the action tonight on yourliveevent.com. This is one of 6 broadcasts this evening on yourliveevent.com. One of the games underway already, a 6 o'clock kickoff with Pillager taking on Hawley. Tonight, Ada-Borup-West opens the season against Lake Park Audubon. The same 2 teams opened the season just a year ago. Meeting at the 50-yard line will be the captains, an opportunity to check in on the, of course, deciding factor, the coin toss, always the exciting moments. And we will get to that here as we go along, too. Kevin Kochman along with Mike Erickson here tonight. And, Mike, I know for us to open up the season here tonight, we've got an absolutely gorgeous night for football, and we can talk a little bit about the weather here from that standpoint. Sunshine and is going to play a factor here in the first half for sure, but it is breezy out of the northwest here today.
Yeah, it's field. The direction you're going is going to play a factor here. So you talk about the coin flip. That's going to it's not just going to be defer or receive. It's going to be what direction you're going in the second and fourth quarter.
And a deciding factor there, no doubt about it. So we've got an experienced officiating crew here tonight that's ready to help make this game possible here at the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. And, the season opener, Mike, this is just before school starts for both of these programs. So, we've got that late arriving crowd here tonight. You've got some people that are trying maybe to get away on Labor Day weekend. You've got folks that are enjoying this opening kickoff. From that standpoint, it always makes the atmosphere a little bit different when you open the season here prior to school getting underway.
Yeah, it's that unique time of year where, for the last month, baseball's been about the only thing going on, and that's, as far as the amateur level, winding down, professional, getting to the end of the regular season. So it's that time of year where football will be king again.
Well, we are looking forward to today, and this is the matchup a year ago where we saw a lot of rain. It was almost monsoon-type rain last year, and I recall extensively last year in Lake Park. The biggest case we had was just the fact that we had a ton of rain, and it was a sloppy start to the season, a lot of turnovers, and I know both coaches talked about it, and we'll touch on the keys, but ball control, especially a season opener, is and limiting your turnovers is going to be such a huge thing here tonight.
Right. Beginning of the year, you're probably expecting your players to make some mistakes. You just hope that those mistakes aren't, those big ones that really change the momentum.
Give a chance to take a break here from some of our sponsors. What we'll do is we'll come back. We'll talk about each team individually a little bit, get you set up as we get closer to kickoff. The Bitker Inc. pregame show continues. Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon. It's high school football on yourliveevent.com.
This is Spencer Rupke from Ada-Borup-West School. I want to thank the Booster Club members and businesses for their support of Cougar activities through contributions of time, money, and attendance at Booster-sponsored events. If you are not a member of the Booster Club, consider joining and supporting the organization that gives so much to Ada-Borup-West School.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
There is another way to minimize your farm's risk and protect its equity with margin protection coverage. This is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease or increase in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect you from changing input costs and crop prices on your farm. Let us help you explore this option between now and September 30th to get you covered. For more information, go to IREINS.com.
You're protected and appreciated at IRE.
Rural Enrichment and Counseling Headquarters, also known as REACH, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. That's their slogan, and it says it all. REACH is a multi-agency human service center that helps families and individuals with counseling, food services, and help and support during the holidays. Things such as the backpack program, food for kids during the weekend, and a holiday meal during Thanksgiving and Christmas are just a few of the things that REACH can do. Check them out at ruralenrichment.org or visit their secondhand stores in Holly and Hendrum.
The Bitker Inc. pregame show back here at Johnson Sports Complex in Ada, yourliveevent.com with the action here this evening. One of 6 broadcasts we have for you tonight on your live event. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson with you tonight as we bring you the action here from the Johnson Sports Complex. And Mike, we're just going to talk about these two teams as we've got the camera here for our Bitker Inc. pregame show on the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. Obviously, you have a lot of knowledge of the Ada-Borup-West Cougars, being a member of the math department here at the Ada-Borup-West School. One big piece this year is it's pretty obvious, right? A lot of skill position. They're trying to find offensive and defensive linemen here to start the season.
Yeah, we kind of talked pregame about this, where you need a lot of different types of athletes to put together a full football team. You need some muscle, you need some speed. It seems like we got the speed part. Yeah, we have some guys with some muscle too. It kind of looks like, I'm looking down at the bench here. Grayson Catwit doesn't look like he's dressing tonight, and that's going to be kind of a big hole for the Cougars to fill as well. Just a guy that's played in the past.
Played in the past, has a lot of size to him. From that standpoint, you're looking back to a year ago, replacing guys like Bo Jorgensen, who's playing at Mayville State University. You look at just some of the size that was there a year ago is not. So now you got to look at the guys like Ashton Kesselberg, who was on the defensive line last year. He's going to be in the offensive mix. Size-wise, you got to look at really Aaron Sipp as one that's probably your biggest on the line at right guard. But returning, Aiden Markison at quarterback, a senior. He had over 700 passing yards a year ago. Cameron Spaeth, one of his favorite targets, is back as a junior, had 5 receiving touchdowns a year ago. But, Mike, when you look at that backfield, you're replacing Bo Fetting and Ollie Kritzberger, who combined for over 30 rushing touchdowns a year ago. Bo Fetting with 26 of those himself. So, big shoes to fill in the backfield offensively.
Definitely, and Oliver Kritzberger as the leading tackler on the defensive side. You got some big shoes to fill, but that's the beauty of high school sports. It's always kind of that next guy up thing, and you still got some hard hitters out here like Lance. Lance Kritzberger's not afraid to get his nose dirty. He's going to hit some guys hard tonight, and Cameron Spaeth is a force to deal with as well. Charlie Shaw is a big, tall, lanky guy. Aiden Markison, he threw a handful of touchdown passes last year too. So you got a returning quarterback, so you got to like some of those things on the outside.
Absolutely, and looking at the returning for the Cougars too, Ashton Kesselberg defensively, he's the lone returner up front defensively. Obviously, you mentioned Lance Kritzberger. He was one of the leading tacklers last year, back on the roster this year. Defensively, Trenton Sipp, another one of the leading tacklers defensively. He's a senior and looking to be a very physical force as well. So as we transition from Ada-Borup-West to Lake Park Audubon, a little bit on the Raiders. P.J. Peterson in year number 2 of the program, coming in post-pandemic, a Valley City State Viking. He comes in and has really tried to instill a lot of different things. You see it on the social media page, but it says right so on their football roster, Mike. LPA Raiders football family. They're really trying to push family, trying to push the camaraderie, bringing everybody together, all in this together type moments. They bring back guys in the backfield because they're going to go double tight ends and double wings. They're going to have Brody Chilton and Drew Harris, both rushing well over 300 yards apiece a year ago. They're back this year, but I mentioned Raiders football there. They instill some different things in regards to some accolades and different things to try to keep the guys hyped up a little bit. Like here in the preseason, they had the hardest working Raider award that went out to Carter Minsky, who is a part of the starting lineup at tight end. The Whatever Takes award went to Cale Thompson on the roster, and then the Scout Player of the Week. And they do this every week with different awards, but Gabe Harris, and you talk about football, and you got to have guys to go against the starters to prepare them each week, and that often is young guys. And so to be recognized for your efforts and kind of create a little bit more of that positivity within that culture, you might say, something that's a big focus on the Raider football team. They didn't graduate much last year, Mike. They're bringing back a lot of size, especially up front. and they're hoping that the extra efforts, last year they had a lot of lopsided games. They won 2 games a year ago. They're certainly hoping that the extra efforts last year will go to this year now, gaining that experience, and now hopefully creating more wins than losses is their overall goal.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's a family thing. It's the cohesiveness, and I think post-pandemic, some of that stuff is really important. Not that everyone's like this, but you see a lot more self-centeredness and what do I get out of it, and that type of thing. So, trying to build your program around that cohesiveness, family, everybody doing this, and then, like you said, highlighting the guys that are making those top efforts. It's with good intentions, for sure.
Absolutely. So, Raider football certainly bringing back a couple of leading tacklers, too. It's Zeke Noel and Brody Chilton. They're going to go 3-4 defense, 3 down linemen, and 4 linebackers. Ada-Borup-West, because of the Raider front with the double tight ends and double wings, everybody's in tight. The Cougars are going to go with a 5-2 defensive front and 4 defensive backs. So those are going to be a couple of notes here that we're going to keep an eye on as we get ready to rock and roll. Here tonight, it is Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon high school football, and that is our pregame conversations here as we get you ready. Bitker Inc. with our pregame show tonight. Have a safe harvest from Bitker Inc. All tires for passenger vehicles. When you need tires or tire repair, contact Bitker Inc. 218-456-7467. Opportunity here in our pregame show to talk about the colors of the game, which are presented to you by McCullum's Hardware in Ada. The colors of the game here this evening, Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon, Mike, they are red and black teams. The Raiders, brand new uniforms. They're going to go with the white tops, red pants, and the black helmets, black numerals and letters. Cougars going with the red tops, black pants, black helmets here tonight. The colors of the game from McCullum's Hardware in Ada, home of Valspar Paints. Take a break here in the pregame show from Bitker Inc. We'll come back, talk keys to the game, get ready for the starting lineups, and kick off this football matchup between Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon high school football on yourliveevent.com.
This is Chris Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Welcome to the Ada-Borup-West School. This educational campus is filled with energy and a culture of striving for excellence with academics, fine arts, and athletics. With current enrollment over 700 students who are busy learning and participating in school activities, the administration and staff of Ada-Borup-West School welcomes parents and community members to also participate with support to all students. Learn more of the current success and events at the school website ada.k12.mn.us.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground applications, crop protection products, and more. AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact Eli Swenson at AgriMax today at 218-790-6375 or visit them online at agrimaxllc.com.
The Bitker Inc. pregame show as we near kickoff. It's time for keys to the game here this evening. Ada-Borup-West, Lake Park Audubon football tonight. While we look at our keys tonight, Mike, down in the field, you talked to coaches for P.J. Peterson and Lake Park Audubon. Don't beat yourself. Control the football. A lot of the simple things, right? Just don't beat yourself is the overall goal for the Raider football team tonight.
Yeah, it seems like control the things that you can. Try to keep the momentum on your side, all that sort of stuff. So we'll see what the Raiders can do.
Some intentions on the Cougars' side for Ada-Borup-West, taking care of the football, win the turnover battle, and get the Raiders into second and long situations. Have good results defensively on first down. That's a good goal to have.
For sure, and I think Paul Tingham's going to be looking. That we have. The Cougars have some unprovenness up front, so I'm sure they're looking to see what they can do on their offense and defensive line.
Bitker Inc. with our pregame show. Those were the keys to the game here tonight. Keys to the game on yourliveevent.com here this evening. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you finding us here tonight for high school football on a Friday. One of 6 broadcasts we have for you this evening on yourliveevent.com. A couple on the Minnesota side and also on North Dakota side of things here with a host of activity with yourliveevent.com. We'll be getting into our starting lineups in just a moment. Here at the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada, we'll be taking a break for the national anthem as both teams are lining up in their respective end zones. We're broadcasting from the Laura Tweet and Thrivent Financial Broadcast booth as we are set up here in the Johnson Sports Complex. The booth in great shape, outside of the fact that Doug didn't sweep. That's the only thing we're missing up here is a good sweep up here, so it's all on Doug. That's all we're missing. The field is immaculate, but he didn't sweep. Speaking of field, let's talk field conditions from D&D Mowing. Dave Dahl. D&D Mowing, field conditions. Keep your field conditions in great shape. You can keep your lawn in good condition as well by calling Dave Dahl, 218-556-2116. From the regular cutting to the bagging of leaves this fall, thatching, and of course spring work. Dave Dahl, he'll handle it all, whether it's big or small. Even on hot dog day here at the Ada-Borup-West concessions too. Mike Erickson, field conditions down here, fantastic. I know you're getting a chance to get that up close and personal on the field tonight, but the field looks great and ready for football.
Yeah, nice and plush. Gotta love it.
Field conditions from D&D Mowing. The starting lineups and the kickoff are next.
Even in today's world of instant communication and entertainment at the tip of your fingers, we can feel alone, disconnected, and detached. Whether you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, mental health, or just the stress of everyday life, Illuma is here for you, to guide you, to help you find the light within, and instill hope for a brighter tomorrow. The light is in you. Visit illumacares.org.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. Grow your career doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
John, Wayne, and Marissa at the Bennett Hoagland Agency of Ada and Moorhead take this time to wish all farm families and farm workers throughout the area a safe and successful harvest. Keep safety in mind when you're out on and around the tractors and trucks and other machinery in the fields and around the farm this harvest season. Don't cut corners when it comes to safety. It could cost a life. John, Wayne, and Marissa at Bennett Hoagland Agency thank you for your business, and they remind you if you have any questions about crop insurance, call or stop and visit with them. The Bennett Hoagland Agency of Ada and Moorhead.
We welcome you back to the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada on yourliveevent.com as we get you ready for the starting lineups here tonight for high school football. The Lake Park Audubon Raiders and the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. The Raiders are being introduced right now as we see. We'll start with the defense for the Raiders. They're going to go with the 3 men up front. Colby Pagel, Wyatt Simon, Logan Strandberg from left to right. The linebackers are Jackson North, Zeke Noel, Brody Chilton, and Jake Nelson. The defensive backs, Anton Wickenheiser, Drew Harris, Caden Beskey, and Carter Minsky. The LPA Raiders coached by P.J. Peterson, assisted by Dan Harris, Connor Westlick, Austin Richter, Joe Conrad, and Justin Hoskins. The offense for the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. The Cougars will start offensively with a left tackle, number 52, Tate Jacobson. Ashton Kesselberg, your starting left guard. Gabe Mertz is the center with Aaron Sipp, the right guard, and Austin Dryden, your right tackle. Wide receiver core will be by committee, but it'll be Cameron Spaeth, Lance Kritzberger, and Charles Shaw. In the backfield, Brennan Fetting, Trenton Sipp among those who will be in the backfield with Aiden Markison, the senior quarterback, here tonight. The Ada-Borup-West Cougars coach is Paul Tingham, assisted by Dan Jorgensen, Nate McCraven, Kenley Wallin, and Jared Brainerd. Cougars, as you see here tonight, in the home reds with the black bottoms and black helmets. The Lake Park Audubon Raiders going with the white tops, the black helmets, and the red bottoms here tonight, the red pants. Those are your starting lineups here tonight. Now, the starting lineups here this evening been presented to you by Ziegler Ag Equipment, located Highway 9 North in Ada. They have Brandt Grain Augers, Grain Carts, Brandt's new vertical tillage and heavy harrows. They have Burgo and Wilrich Tillage Equipment as well. 218-784-2961. When you need parts during harvest, you can rely on Ziegler Ag Equipment. Those are your starting lineups here this evening. We look forward to our opening kickoff moments away from Marcusson Accounting Service as the Cougars get in the huddle pregame kickoff. So we're going to be getting this thing kicked off. Kevin Kochman along with Mike Erickson. Mike down on the sidelines. A gorgeous night for high school football. Mike, glad to have you along. I certainly appreciate you joining me here tonight to kick off this season.
Yeah, it's great. Love it. Love helping out here. So, we're hoping for a competitive football game.
And we certainly should have that. Cougars just a year ago were in the section final, playing in the Section 8A title inside the Fargo Dome. The Lake Park Audubon Raiders in Section 6 once again. Last year, falling in the opening round of the playoffs at Pine River Bacchus. Their season ended last year 2-7 for the Cougars. They went 8-2 just a year ago. But a new season is upon us for high school football. Thanks to Jack, who's going to be doing all the broadcast work here tonight behind the scenes and making things work here tonight behind the scenes on yourliveevent.com. Thanks to all of our broadcast sponsors for making it possible. Whenever possible, please patronize the advertisers. At the very least, tell them thank you. And again, we are just on yourliveevent.com here this evening for the high school football opener, Lake Park Audubon and Ada-Borup-West. The Cougars won the toss, and they elected to defer. And they will be kicking from left to right, so the wind at their back. Wind is out of the northwest. The field is north-south facing. And so we look forward to getting this one underway. The Ada-Borup-West Cougars will kick away. The Lake Park Audubon Raiders will send two guys deep back to return. Looks like they've got they're going to send back Wickenheiser, Anton Wickenheiser, and also deep back to return will be number 12. That is Chaz Alschmid. The Ada-Borup-West Cougars will have it teed up, and it'll be Mason Larson doing the kicking here today. Cougars and Raiders, high school football in the opening kick, brought to you by Marcusson Accounting Service. Doug Marcusson, Marcusson Accounting, 29 years of service, and we're kicked away. It's going to be back deep, and it's going to be returned this time by Wickenheiser at about the 10-yard line. He is met and brought down at the 20-yard line, where the Raiders will have 80 yards in front of them. First down and 10, the first kickoff is underway for the season.
That looked like AMAC getting his nose dirty in there.
Hey, good to get that going here. Someone's got to get that first hit out of the way. From their own 20-yard line, the Lake Park Audubon Raiders will have it first and 10. Their quarterback is Caden Beskey, and he is behind a rather stout offensive line. Mark Peterson at left tackle, Landon Gillespie the left guard, Sam Beschi is the center, Jake Nelson right guard, and James Berggren is the right tackle. They'll come out with two tight ends, two running backs lined up as wings, and one back in the backfield. That would be Zeke Noel standing deep. And the quarterback is Caden Beskey. He is in the pistol formation. He'll turn and fire to the right side. A pass is caught in the flats. Catch is made by Drew Harris. Caught a touchdown pass a year ago, and in the first play from scrimmage, 6 yards on first down.
Good start for the Raiders. In pregame, it seemed like they're running the ball quite a bit, so surprised for them to come out with a pass.
6 yards on first down, and it is 2nd down and 4 upcoming for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders as they get the ball underway. Actually, it's going to be just past the 25-yard line. Now this time under center, everybody's in tight. They'll turn and give this to Noel, the fullback. He'll dive ahead, getting a push from the line, and he'll get up to the 27-yard line. A couple of yards for Zeke Noel, brings up 3rd down and short for the Raiders. Kind of following the lead blockers there and just plunging ahead. And 3rd down upcoming here for Lake Park Audubon. Just underway, high school football on yourliveevent.com. 11:20 to play, first quarter. Raiders, real tight. Double wings are set. Quarterback Beskey is under center. Caden Beskey turns, pitches. This is Chilton, leading rusher from a year ago. He'll push forward, and Chilton will get across the 30-yard line, and it should be to the 31. That'll be good enough for a first down and a gain of 4.
Brendan Fetting getting in on the tackle.
Raiders' first down of the football game. 3rd down conversion as well for Lake Park Audubon. Rotation here. The Cougars going to try to shuffle in, and that's going to be part of it too, not only on the offensive backfield, but also defensively along the line, shuffling in some bodies as they try to develop who's going to be that long-term solution up front.
Yeah, we got 78, Lucas Mertzen, freshman.
Here's a pitch to the near side of the field, and a little bit of space to say the least. Lake Park Audubon to the race here for Drew Harris. Inside the 20 and all the way down inside the 15-yard line, and a big run for Lake Park Audubon.
Cameron Space chased him down to save the touchdown.
And that is a big-time touchdown-saving tackle, no doubt about it. Big rush for Drew Harris, and the hole was big on that outside edge. And now, first down and 10 from the 14-yard line. Raiders with the double wing set. Quarterback gives to Chilton on the inside handoff. He's going to dive ahead for 2. Brody Chilton, just a quick runner there, on a quick to this line of scrimmage as well for Lake Park Audubon. Second down and 8 upcoming here for Lake Park Audubon. Raiders offensively. It'll take a little time here now as Caden Beskey heads back to the huddle there, runs to the sideline, should say, brings the play back to the huddle this time rather than the quick run. The rush, by the way, for Drew Harris checks in at 54 yards before the touchdown-saving tackle was made. Beskey in the pistol. He'll turn. He'll fire right side. Pass is caught by Harris. He puts on the brakes, loses the football. Ball is loose, and it looks like the Cougars may have recovered it, and they have. A turnover on the first possession.
Gabe Mertz, I believe, came up with that, number 64.
So Drew Harris makes the catch but fumbles the football. First turnover of the ball game. It comes with 9:34 to play in the first quarter. So Ada-Borup-West will have the football, turning over the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. The ball is at their own 10-yard line, and we'll get to see the Cougar offense for the first time this season. Drive stalls out with a fumble on play number 5. So from their own 10-yard line, Cougar football. Ada-Borup-West will come out offensively, and again, quarterback will be Aiden Markison. The line will go through once more. They'll split out 2 receivers to the right of the formation and 2 to the left of the formation. Deep back is Brennan Fetting. Markison with a quick pass to the flats. Pass is caught by Cameron Spaeth. Spaeth heads toward the sideline, 15-20, and will have a first down as he's going to be out of bounds. It looks to be at the 27-yard line. We'll see official marking here.
I would imagine that's going to be a big part of Ada-Borup-West strategies, getting the ball in space to utilize their athleticism.
They're going to go with a 15-yard completion. Yeah, and I would think so too. You get those 4 wide receiver sets and being able to hit the guy in the slot like they do there with Cameron Spaeth, and a 15-yard connection on first down, and it's another first down for Ada-Borup-West on the first play from scrimmage. 2022 football season again in the pistol formation. Brennan Fetting the deep back. Here's a handoff to Cameron Spaeth. He'll take it on the end around left side, and he is met by the Raiders and brought down at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go. Making the stop was Carter Minsky for the Raiders. Maybe a yard gain that time for the Cougars, actually.
Yeah, Carter demonstrating some leadership on that play.
Did a nice job just kind of busting through and going in. Nice, strong nose-to-nose tackle, bringing down the ball carrier. A gain of 1. And it'll bring second down and about 9 here for the Cougars as they just get across the 25-yard line with that end-around play to Cameron Spaeth. Split receivers. Now Spaeth is wide to the right, and first time that Aiden Markison will be under center. And Trenton Sipp, number 50 in the backfield. Sipp going to get the handoff, and he is met at the line of scrimmage. Nowhere to go that time. And the body that was there pushing back for Lake Park Audubon was 52, Landon Gillespie at the nose tackle spot.
And that was definitely a team effort. LPA did a great job of holding the line of scrimmage.
A loss of 1 for Trenton Sipp on his first carry of the season. 3rd and 10 for Ada-Borup-West. Now the ball back at the 25-yard line, as that was the first time the Cougars went under center. Clock running, 7:50 to play first quarter. No score between Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon on yourliveevent.com and the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. The Cougars will be huddling up here. Work their way to the line of scrimmage. Coach Tingham saying to huddle up, get people going to the line of scrimmage. Split 3 receivers left this time in the formation. 1 to the right is Cameron Spaeth. From the pistol, high snap. Aiden Markison looking, firing over the middle, and it's incomplete. His intended target was Cameron Spaeth, who was kind of cutting up a flag route that time, Mike, as he cut it up the middle. Little overthrown, and it's going to be 4th down for the Cougars.
Yeah, a little bit of contact on that play, but not enough to warrant a flag according to the officials, which is great. It's all up to judgment.
Yep, and our officiating crew tonight, as mentioned, we've got a seasoned crew, no doubt about it. Tonight, for the contest, just got to grab my sheet here again. We've got Terry Eider as the head ref, Steve Tucker as an umpire, linesman Phil Hansen, and line judge Ryan Anderson, back judge Mike Scully. Punt is away by the Cougars, and it will take a Raider bounce and come down at the 41-yard line. That's going to be where Lake Park Audubon will have it 1st and 10 with 7:17 to play in the first quarter. As Raiders move the football, big play, 54-yard run on their first drive, and they were turned over with a fumble. The Cougars end up having to punt after a first down on their first play from scrimmage.
Yeah, part of this is going to be a field position game, especially if the wind's going to be a factor. It seems like it's dying down a little bit, but we'll see where things end up, in the second half.
Officially putting the ball at the 40-yard line. Now the flag is not as stiff as it once was anyway. We'll see the Raiders come out. Caden Beskey, the quarterback, will help lead the Raiders on offense once more. Raiders, most of their starters are two-way starters, which is not uncommon, but most of the guys are on the field all the time here for LPA. Sending a man in motion. There's movement. There's flags flying. And we'll have the officials make the distinction here. It's a false start on the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. It'll be the first penalty of the game and a 5-yard variety tonight. 5-yard penalty on Lake Park Audubon. So put it back to the 35-yard line where it'll be now 1st and 15.
Yeah, those are the types of plays you probably expect in the first week.
Raider football at the 35-yard line. Sending a man in motion is Chilton. He'll get the handoff right side, and he's tripped up. Does get positive yardage this time as tackle made by Ada-Borup-West. Looks like in on the stop that time for the Cougars was at 81. Mason Larson helping make the tackle after a couple of yards gained.
Yeah, Tristan Triplett was in there as well.
2 yards for Brody Chilton. Gets a couple yards back. And we'll have a 2nd down and 13 yards here. Everybody's in tight again. The double wings are set for Lake Park Audubon. One back in the backfield. Zeke Noel back to pass. Feeling the pressure, getting away from one, but he's tripped up. Good rush that time. Nowhere to go for Caden Beskey as the Cougars came with a blitz. And it's going to be Kritzberger bringing the quarterback down at the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 3 on the play.
Yeah, Lance Long lanky got his hand around the ankle, and they couldn't keep his balance.
Loss of 3. And it's going to be 3rd down and long here for Lake Park Audubon. 6:07 to play first quarter, no score. Raiders and Cougars. Everybody's trying to get things figured out here on the first game of the season. Double wings are set, the 2 tight ends for Lake Park Audubon. Everybody's tight. Beskey under center, right side hash. The inside handoff and a big block. And there goes Harris once again. 1st down and more into Cougar territory, crossing the 50. And now down at the 46-yard line. Nice rush there, going to pick up, doing some math here, 24 yards on 3rd down and long and a 1st down for Drew Harris.
That looked like a little trap play, and Wyatt Larson cleaned it up.
3rd, 1st down, and a big block led there. Just kind of seeing it through my eyes was 51, Wyatt Simon, and he put a nice block on Cameron Spaeth, which helped really bust Harris open. They'll send 2 receivers right this time, different formation with the pistols set. Beskey takes the snap, turns, hands it off to Noel, and he'll dive ahead, crossing the 40 to the 39-yard line. That's a gain of 7 on 1st down for Zeke Noel, his 2nd carry of the ball game. Zeke Noel, guy that was one of the leading tacklers a year ago for Lake Park Audubon. Mikey's not one that is going to shy away from the contact. That's for sure.
No, that was he hit that hole hard and met Cameron Spaeth with a little bit of presence.
Ball will be spotted at the 39-yard line. 2nd down at about 3 yards to go. Double wings again. Everybody's in tight. Pitch the ball in the backfield. Diving ahead. Ball is loose. Raiders do recover it. Ball popped loose there. As jumping on top of it for the Raiders looked like Sam Bestie was able to collect the football as the handoff went to Brody Chilton. And on contact, he lost it. I just, again, happened to have the binoculars on the play and saw it happen. No gain. And 3rd down, but the Raiders avoided losing the football. So 3rd down it will be. Ball spotted at the 39, near side hash. Raiders huddled up. No score. 4:23 to play in this first quarter. Double wings are set. Beskey under center. Man in motion. Beskey keeps it himself. Nowhere to go. The Cougars had him wrapped up. Trenton Sip there along with Charles Shaw. A couple of the Cougars, Mike, that came in and gang tackled. No gain. In fact, a loss. It's 4th down.
Well, you'll notice that there's 8 Cougar players out there wearing gloves, and Trent Sip is not one of them. And if you knew Trent, you wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah, he seems like a purist. You know, he doesn't need the gloves to enhance the abilities. You know, he's just going to hold on. It's good recognition too, Mike. Your eyes are in great shape to start.
I had to throw that one in there.
But he is wearing, it appears, either wristbands or taped wrists, so he's got that going on.
Yeah, he does. He's old school.
Yeah, just waiting for the little blood strand, at some point from the nose or whatever. 4th and 4 from the 40. Raiders hand it off. Noel. Zeke Noel plunges into a bunch of red jerseys. The Cougars stand him up. A gain of 1 yard to the 39. Hard-nosed defense. And a dive up the middle, no goal, and it is a turnover on downs.
Yeah, he was met by Trent Sip once again, and he ran into a brick wall there.
Turnover on downs, Cougar football. They will get it back, and it'll be on their own 39-yard line as a 3:19 remains in this first quarter. No score. Ada-Borup-West, Lake Park, Audubon, here on yourliveevent.com. We'll see the Cougars come out offensively and see if they can improve upon their first possession. They got a first down on the first play from scrimmage, and then after that, it was really just a couple of negative plays and an incomplete pass and a punt. Come out with 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left, empty backfield, and a shotgun for Aiden Markison, who's back to pass, fires over the middle, pass is caught by Cameron Spaeth, stays on his feet, 30. Now tries to get away from a tackler. He is brought down to the 30-yard line. That's a 31-yard connection and a first down for the Cougars over the middle.
And Jacob Nelson of Lake Park Audubon gave Aiden Markison a clean hit there, and Markison's he's a little ginger coming up.
Well, getting popped, especially that first time, it's always a good reminder, isn't it?
Yep, it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yep, but he's going to kind of take a little breather here. Maybe, I saw come hustling in from the sidelines Wyatt Larson. And Wyatt's going to shuffle in. Wyatt's also one that could, if he needs to, take a snap or two, but it'll be Markison after he caught his breath there, ready to come on in and lead the troops. Cougars will send, again, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Markison will be in the shotgun. Cameron Spaeth is in the slot here. And now Markison going to keep it himself. Nowhere to go, and he'll just tuck it down to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play and bring up 2nd and 12. Nowhere to go. Good pressure that time from the Raiders on the backside.
Yeah, Logan Strandberg recording the sack.
Markison's losing 2 yards there. And it'll be 2nd down now at the 31-yard line of the Raiders. 2 minutes to play in this first quarter. No score. Lake Park Audubon and Ada-Borup-West. Season opener between these two squads. Raiders have come out with a 3-man front, proving to get a little bit of pressure. They've tried to put a little emphasis recognizing the Cougars are coming with a passing attack, and it's definitely been the case early on. Cougars, again, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Spaeth goes in motion, but flags are flying. We'll get a legal procedure penalty on the Ada-Borup-West Cougars, moving the ball back 5 yards. So 2nd and 12, Mike, becomes 2nd and 17.
Wow, you were down to 1:37 first quarter, and if the Cougars are going to stick with this passing attack, they'll probably want to get in the end zone before the end of this quarter where the wind will switch directions on them.
That's right, flip the field, and the northwesterly wind, which right now seems to be, again, pretty, I don't know if the word robust stands to make sense there, but we definitely have a breeze. It's noticeable out there for sure.
Yeah, it's not as big of a factor as it was pregame, but it's still there.
Cougars on a 2nd down and 17 with 1:20 to go before the first quarter horn. They'll split 2 to the left and 3 to the right. Markison near side hash throwing, trying to fade this one away, and it's incomplete. His intended target down that far sideline, he was looking for Mason Larson, a pretty decent-sized target at 6'2", and also Mason's got to look back into the sun there, Mike. A tough play for him to make. It's incomplete.
Yeah, it's there's not a cloud in the sky, so you're looking right into that sun.
Beautiful night for high school football. There's no doubt about that. And a nice crowd that has arrived here tonight at the Johnson Sports Complex for the season opener. Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon. Now, after that incomplete pass, Cougars facing 3rd and 17. And Mike, as you mentioned, from the Raider 36, it's 4-down territory, I would think, based on how this game is starting off.
Yeah, it's got to be at this point. And like the field's going to flip here. They're going to LPA is going to get the wind in the second quarter. So, yeah, 4 downs. Let's go.
Markison from the shotgun will fire right side looking, throws it into a kind of a little bit of a huddle up there between 4 Raider defenders and 3 Cougar targets. Intended target, I do believe he was trying to get it to Lance Kritzberger. The ball falls incomplete, and it's 4th and 17 for the Cougars, and they're shuffling out. Looks like they're gonna go and punt.
Looks like the punt team. Well, that's why we aren't paid to coach.
That's right. Well, you coach baseball, and you know strategy there. I think we were both thinking the same way with football because, where are you sitting, whatever. But now an opportunity. Cameron Spaeth will punt. Possibility to pin the Raiders real deep here.
Yeah, Coach Tinja mentioned that in the pregame, too, that he'd be willing to make sure they're doing things correctly or, gaining an advantage as far as the field position goes.
Timeout Raiders on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. 1:03 left in this first quarter. No score between the Lake Park Audubon Raiders and Ada-Borup-West Cougars on yourliveevent.com.
At the Bennett Hoagland Agency, we understand that crop insurance is not a one-size-fits-all program. It's our specialty at the Bennett Hoagland Agency, and we can easily identify the options you need to help your farm succeed. John, Wayne, and Marissa are dedicated to helping you create a cost-effective risk management plan that supports your unique farm operation. Call or stop at the Bennett Hoagland Agency to review your crop insurance coverage. We're an equal opportunity provider.
Back out of the timeout. Timeouts are brought to you by Freedom Fuel in Ada. Mike, have you tried the pet wash at Freedom Fuel yet?
Yes, I love it. Throwing a $20 bill and I can wash up both my dogs, and great for hunting season.
No doubt about it. Getting lots of use. Pet wash, car wash, 24-hour fuel at the pumps. The fastest in town, Freedom Fuel in Ada. It is a minute left to play first quarter and a punt. Cougars, Cameron Spaeth trying to drop the Raiders inside the 5. An unbelievable play. In fact, we're going to call that our high-performance play of the game from Performance Ag of Borup. Dropping a little bit of a dime. It's like he used the sand. Here's my golf reference. Dropped a sand wedge to the 1 and a little bit of extra pressure. Charles Shaw using some of that track speed to save the ball from going in the end zone. Raiders have it at the 1. High-performance play from Performance Ag of Borup.
That's just the way Coach Wallin drew that up.
Of course it is. And leave it to Coach Wallin to show off on the special teams, right? That's what he wanted to do.
That's right.
Show off on the special teams right out of the gates.
Well, and you had Jorgie firing up the linemen during that timeout, too. So it's a team effort here.
We've got just under a minute to go first quarter. Raiders have 99 yards in front of them. And a first down and 10. There'll be everybody in tight again. Quarterback Aiden Besky's just going to follow the line, and he's getting a great push. KB fires up to the 5, and that's a little cushion there for the Raiders on first down. Good decision, and just let the quarterback go and let the line push, right, Mike?
That's right. And, at this point, they may be just trying to get as much as they can and, avoid that safety.
So with the Raiders on their own 1-yard line to start the drive, they'll come back out. They've got one more play to run before the first quarter horn will go. And you've got 25 seconds left to play in this first quarter. The sun starting to cast some shadows across the center of the field here this evening. 15 seconds on the clock now. 2 wings are set. Quarterback Besky is under center. Noel behind him. A pitch. And this will be Harris finding some space. Harris eventually brought down. McCraven there. Ball came loose. Was it after the whistle? Officials blew the whistle. It came out way late. And that's the end of the first quarter. And it'll be after a Harris run that gets a first down for Lake Park Audubon. They'll start the second quarter with the wind at their back. A long way to go, but a fresh set of downs. After 1 quarter of play, we are scoreless at the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. 0-0 Raiders and Cougars on yourliveevent.com.
Fall into savings on oil change and tires this month at Bitker Inc. The savings fall into your pocket with $10 off all Lucas Oil Change on your vehicles at Bitker Inc. Call to schedule your Lucas Oil Change and save the $10. Call Bitker Inc. 456-SHOP. That's 456-7467. Fall into more savings with Lucas Oil Changes at Bitker Inc. Oil change, tire repair, and new tires. Bitker Inc. Located between Ada and Halsted. Call Troy 456-7467.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halsted. 218-456-2172.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Second quarter ready to go. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson bringing you the action tonight from the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. Jack Albee also running the show. He's got the scoreboard updated, which is not a whole lot of work. Alex Rush is here tonight. Dave Dahl is here. My goodness. Everybody's here. Star-studded here this evening at the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. And a nice crowd on hand this evening to check out the ballgame. We've got a few games of catch play on the sidelines. Mike, you're not getting in the mix on that right now, but maybe later, huh?
Yeah, maybe later. I'm noticing there's some alumni that we've mentioned. Let's see, Sergio Reyes and Bo Fetting and Drew Peterson.
Yep, guys that were all in the starting lineup a year ago for the Cougar football team.
That's right.
Now they're on the sidelines, and we're watching the current product of Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon. The Raiders are going to come out to start the second quarter. They've got a 1st and 10 from their own 13-yard line. Two receivers are split to the right of the formation. Quarterback Caden Beskey is going to be in the pistol with one back behind him. That is Zeke Noel. Zeke Noel, 200-pound senior running back, 5'11", good size, and someone that can provide a pop if he's running, and also a little bit of a blocking support too, which he'll do right now. Back to pass, Beskey looking deep, wind at his back, overthrows the target. He was looking for Anton Wickenheiser down the sidelines. The 6'2", 180 junior, overthrown by the quarterback Beskey. That wind aiding a long throw in this case.
Yeah, Brennan Fetting in coverage there too. He didn't make that easy. It was a track race down there.
Brennan Fetting, Lance Kritzberger, Cameron Spaeth, Austin McCraven, the defensive backfield that was in the starting lineup for Ada-Borup-West. Ashton Kesselberg, Cameron Spaeth, Lance Kritzberger, Trenton Sipp, returning starters from last year's defense here this evening.
Brennan Fetting coming off that heart surgery from last year too. This would be his first football game in about 2 years.
That is very true. Caden Beskey in the pistol. He'll turn and hand the football off. And left side on the carry. That is going to be a give to 33, Zeke Noel. And Zeke's going to dive ahead to the 15, just get a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and long for the Raiders.
Cameron Spaeth was in on that tackle.
Lake Park Audubon. This will be the 5th play of the drive upcoming, as they'll get the play call in. Caden Beskey coming in from the sidelines as senior. Caden Beskey get a chance to be one of the captains this year for the Raiders. Drew Harris, Caden Beskey, Sam Besgy. So Caden Beskey and Sam Besgy, the quarterback center, they are captains. And Drew Harris, a junior on the roster for the Raiders. Taking a long time in the huddle here. Back judge here finally giving him the sign that they got to hurry up and get the play off here. Caden Beskey in the pistol. Double wings are set. Receivers to the right. They'll give this one to Drew Harris, who's been the workhorse, and he finds his way into the open field. One man to beat. Down the sidelines, Drew Harris is gone for a touchdown. It's 85 yards to the house. Drew Harris, his second big play of the game, and this time the Raiders are on the scoreboard.
And the Raiders exploited some, gap discipline there. It seemed like the Cougars were following the opposite direction and were able to score on the counter.
10:42 to play in the second quarter. LPA, Drew Harris, an 85-yard touchdown run. And a 6-play, 99-yard drive for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. They'll do the swinging gate to...
Center's eligible.
Yeah, right. Swinging gate for the extra point attempt. And they will send it out left side. Wickenheiser will score on the swinging gate. And I'm not certain I've ever seen the swinging gate actually work for points. But there we have it. And the Lake Park Audubon Raiders strike first. 10:42 to play in the first half on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Lake Park Audubon 8, Ada-Borup-West nothing on yourliveevent.com.
Starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
The Lake Park Audubon Raiders go from the first quarter to the second quarter, flipping the field 99 yards after being pinned deep by a punt from Cameron Spaeth. Lake Park Audubon goes 99 yards in 6 plays. Drew Harris, 85 yards of those on his own and a touchdown run on a 3rd down and long. The 2-point conversion pass was good, and the Raiders lead it 8-0. YourLiveEvent.com and our scoreboard from Community Co-op Energy Solutions. Well, Mike, that was a big drive for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. And it's certainly a scenario for the Raiders now to put themselves in the driver's seat. They've got the lead here in Game 1. Kicking the ball away will be Wyatt Simon. He's got the ball teed up. Wind at his back. Cougars send back deep to return. Brennan Fetting and Cameron Spaeth. Simon's kick is end over end, and Fetting will retrieve it at the 14-yard line. From the near side hash, he is met, spins off of one, and is spun down then at the 30-yard line. Decent return. A flag comes in late. Yeah. Might have been a high grab of the hand, possibly, Mike. I'm not certain. Brendan Fetting returned it all the way to the 30, and I'll see the official make the determination of the flag. Terry Eider. Face mask is the call. And so, ball's going to move forward. The Lake Park Audubon Raiders penalized now just for the second time today, and that moves the ball from the 30. They'll move it ahead here with 10:34 to play in this first half. Score is 8-0 Lake Park Audubon. And the incidental face mask is just a 5-yard penalty, so the second penalty of the game for a total of 10 yards on Lake Park Audubon's side.
It's hard to keep track of the high school rules, college rules, the pro rules.
Yeah, that's my one beef I've had for a long time with the game of football is you watch the game on Saturday, it's different from what the kids play on Friday night, and then if you watch on Sunday, it's very different, and then the amount of replay and how that's utilized. We're even seeing it at the high school level when you get to the prep bowl, right? The chance that it matters.
I'm just glad your live event doesn't have as long commercials as the Big Ten Network.
Yeah, that's a whole other ball game, right? Here's a pitch to the right side. Cameron Spaeth is going to be tackled by the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. He tries to stretch the play on the outside. A quick pitch from Aiden Marcuson. Spaeth, second carry of the game for him, as he's going to work it up to the 38-yard line. It'll be a gain of 3 on first down. Just a pitch to the outside. Let Spaeth try to get some space there, and Cougars will have a second down upcoming. Starting this drive on their own 35-yard line. First play, a pitch right. And now on the top side of the screen, Cougars will break the huddle. They'll send 2 receivers to the top and drop 1 to the bottom in a lie formation behind Aiden Marcuson with Sip and Cameron Spaeth dotting the I. The give is to Cameron Spaeth. He'll dive ahead to the 40. So follows the block on that left side and gets a couple of yards. It'll be 3rd down and manageable, 3rd and 5 at the 40-yard line. Cameron Spaeth, when we get the starting lineups from coaches, Cameron's listed in about 3 different spots offensively, Mike, as someone that is versatile, but he's one of the better athletes in the region. There's no question about it. So you want to utilize him as you can, and whether that's taking a handoff or getting out in open space.
Yeah, you got to get the ball in the hand of some of your playmakers.
Ball at the 40-yard line. It'll be 9:10 to play in this first half. Cougars trailing the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. Raiders just capitalizing on a 99-yard drive and lead it 8-0. Cougar offense splitting 1 receiver to the far right. That's Austin McCraven, and one in the slot as well as Wyatt Larson. I formation behind Marcuson. A little bootleg. He'll fire left side into the wind. Pass is caught. That is the Cougars in open field. Mason Larson And Larson spins away from a defender all the way down to the 10-yard line. Mason Larson and the Cougars are in business. And how about Marcuson throwing that into the wind?
Great play by Mason Larson to go get that ball. It was a little thrown to the inside, so he had to make an adjustment to go get it.
50 yards between Cameron Spaeth and Mason Larson. Mason's first catch of the season in a 50-yard connection and a first down for the Cougars. They're inside the red zone to the 10-yard line of the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, trying to answer after the Raiders scored on the previous drive. It was a big third down connection. Going to send two receivers right, one to the left, I formation behind Marcuson. Give to Trenton Sipp up the middle. He'll bulldoze his way down to the 5-yard line. A gain of 5 for Trenton Sipp. Now with 2 carries, 4 yards in the game.
Good spot to give it to Sipp. He's hard-nosed as they come, so near the goal line is right up his alley.
Trenton Sipp given the jersey numbers this year, 44 or 50. And tonight wearing the number 50. It takes me back to, what was it, must have been the 17 or 18 season when Mason Miller wore the multiple jerseys and actually would change during the game at times.
Yeah, the 11-man, if you're going to be a lineman, you got to be a certain number. If you're going to be on the outside, you got to be a certain number.
Marcuson under center, I formation behind him. Swing a pass left side, looking for Larson, and the ball was thrown outside. Might have been some miscommunication on the route run. 3rd down and 5. The ball will be at the 6. They can still get a first down before a touchdown, so the Cougars aren't forced here in a 3rd and goal scenario. 7:28 to play in the first half.
Appeared the timing of that play was a little bit off. Larson not quite looking at the time the ball was thrown.
So it is a spot now. 3rd down and 5 at the 6-yard line. 2 receivers to the right, one to the left. Again, that I formation, same formation for the Cougars. Marcuson turns, pitches left. Cameron Spaeth trying to get to the outside edge, gets a block. Spaeth diving down, he's in. Touchdown, Ada-Borup-West. The Cougars answer the Raiders, scoring with 7:22 to play in the first half.
Good second effort there. Spaeth reaching across the pylon to score the touchdown.
And lead block looked like, I believe, the fullback, Trenton Sipp, getting out in front to try to make that last push. Score coming here in the second quarter, 7:22 to play. Ada-Borup-West, Cameron Spaeth. He goes 6 yards on a touchdown run. Cougars will come out it looks like they're going to be going for 2 here to try to match, as the Raiders got 8 on their first scoring drive. And now we got to talk analytics, Mike. Now is your analytics opportunity, right, when you come to how you do numbers, and I'm sure you've crunched them all to see, is this the right time to go for 2?
Well, another factor you have to consider is, do the Cougars have a kicker this year that can put it through the uprights?
To my knowledge, not yet. Here's Cameron Spaeth going for 2, diving ahead. The Raiders defense squashes it. The 2-point conversion fails. On the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, the Ada-Borup-West Cougars answer following the Lake Park Audubon Raiders score. Cougars trail the Raiders now 8-6. LPA with the lead. 7:22 to play in the second quarter on yourliveevent.com.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
8-6 is the score as Ada-Borup-West Cougars answer the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. The Raiders' previous drive went 6 plays, 99 yards, and an 85-yard touchdown was the score by Mr. Harris for the Raiders. Their 2-point conversion was good, and at 7:22, 3 minutes, 20 seconds later, Ada-Borup-West on the board. Cameron Spaeth caps off a 6-play drive that went 65 yards, and a 6-yard touchdown run. The 2-point conversion attempt failed. So the score reads 8-6 in favor of Lake Park Audubon. Ada-Borup-West will tee it up, and doing the kicking will be Mason Larson, who was the benefactor of the 50-yard reception on that drive, and that was the key play of the drive, Mike.
Yeah, Mason did, like I said, he did a great job in that play, making an adjustment to go catch that ball.
Larson will kick it away Lake Park Audubon sending back a couple deep to return, including Anton Wickenheiser. And also deep back to return is Shaz Allschmidt. This will be Wickenheiser from the 15-yard line. He finds a gap, goes left side. Tripped up at the 45-yard line. That's where he's brought down, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders right there.
Yeah, big return. Couldn't really see, he found a gap and just went right through it.
Raiders football, their own 45-yard line to start this drive. Lake Park Audubon has proven to have some big playability. They've capitalized on that. See what they have in store for the Cougars on this drive, starting at their own 45, left side hash. 7:15 remains before halftime, and the Raiders lead by 2. Lake Park Audubon comes under center. Caden Beskey. Double wings are set. Send a man in motion. Turn and hand the football off. This a give and up the gut. Nice run by Zeke Noel not to be denied. He finds his way ahead for 4 yards on first down.
Lance Kurtzberger made the first contact, and Austin Dryden was the one that brought him down.
Second down upcoming here for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, 2nd down and 6. Raiders, big playability. They've attempted 3 passes here today, connected on 2 of them. Caden Beskey is 2 for 3 with 9 yards passing. But Drew Harris is having himself a day. A 54, a 24, an 85, and an 8-yard run here this evening now. As quarterback Beskey turns, hands it to Noel. He lost the handle, and he's lost yards in the backfield. Good quickness by the defense of the Cougars. Austin Dryden there, back to the 45-yard line, losing the yards he had picked up on the previous play. Just kind of lost the handle there, Mike.
Yeah, it's that's the 3rd time the Raiders have put it on the ground, and PJ Fleck wouldn't be very happy about it. I'm sure PJ Peterson isn't either.
No, PJ Peterson is a PJ Fleck fan, but he's not wearing a tie. No quarter zip tonight for PJ Peterson. That's all right.
You just gotta be yourself. You can't be other people.
You can't. It's very true. Raiders will come out. 6 minutes to play in the second quarter, leading by 2, a 3rd down and 10 back at the 45. Quarterback Beskey is in the pistol. Behind him is Noel. He'll roll to the right, step up to pass. Wind at his back. He fires. Going deep for Harris. It's incomplete. There on coverage was Brennan Fetting, playing center field a little bit there and able to be there in case the ball was thrown on. But a little overthrown that time, Mike. It's an incomplete pass.
Yeah, they're having a tough time connecting on those long plays.
So we have a 4th down upcoming here for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. A 4th and 10 from their own 45. Clock stopped. 5:45 remains before halftime. 8-6 is the score as Ada-Borup-West, Lake Park Audubon, LPA in punt formation. As Caden Beskey is the punter, so certainly something you got to be mindful of is the potential of a fake. He'll pooch kick this one. It'll take a bounce at the 28-yard line where it's picked up and downed by Lake Park Audubon's Jackson North, one of the seniors on roster. Cougar football at their own 28-yard line. And, a mistake there by the Cougars, or excuse me, the mistake there by the Raiders, Mike, was just that on 2nd down, the loss of the football in the backfield. Otherwise, you never know what the drive could have been there for the Raiders.
Yeah, you can play the what-if game. That's something as coaches we do all the time. But, yeah, you just got to move on, control the things you can. You focus on the remaining 5:37 here. This could be a big momentum shifter either way.
From their own 28-yard line, the Ada-Borup-West Cougars, 1st down and 10, trailing 8-6. Aiden Markison and the Cougars come out of the huddle and set down the troops. Cougars' previous possession, the big pass play, 50 yards to the air to Mason Larson, setting up an eventual Cameron Spaeth touchdown run. 2-point conversion failed. And now timeout. Cougars are taking some time to get out of the huddle, and a timeout called by Coach Tingham. We'll take it as well. On the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, Lake Park Audubon leads Ada-Borup-West 8-6 with 5:37 remaining in the first half on yourliveevent.com.
Farmers, are you shopping for a bank that has many flexible options tailored to fit your farm's unique financing needs? Franzen Bank is an approved Farmer Mac lender, meaning they can offer long-term fixed-rate loans on equipment, land, operating lines of credit, and more. Being a Farmer Mac approved lender also means Franzen Bank can get you a decision quickly. Learn more at franzenbank.com/farmermac. Franzen Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. Member FDIC.
Timeouts are presented to you by our friends at Freedom Fuel in Ada, the fastest pumps in town, plus car wash, pet wash, and they've got 24-hour access to their vending machines inside the shop there as well at Freedom Fuel in Ada. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson with you here at the Johnson Sports Complex in Ada, and Jack Albee running the show here with a good tight shot here of the Cougars huddle right now. 5:37 remains here in this first half, and Mike, you were just talking about the crowd, a little modest in size, but pretty good football game here that the folks are in town for tonight.
Yeah, this one's shaping out to be competitive, going to be down the stretch.
Aiden Markison under center. Cougars out of the timeout, a 1st and 10. First play of the drive they give. This is Wyatt Larson. He's going to go right side. Look at him lower the shoulder as he gets up to the 30-yard line. A gain of 3 yards on first down, but Wyatt Larson plunging ahead.
Yeah, Wyatt runs with a little bit of tenacity. It's a good quality he has.
Wyatt Larson wears number 12, gains 3 yards on first down for the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. From the 31, back to pass Markison. Into the wind, incomplete, nearly intercepted. That was maybe something happened with the hand there or whatever. They was looking for Kritzberger, it looked like, who was open. Also, Mason Larson was in the area, but an incomplete pass.
It's one of those plays early on in the season. I imagine they're still trying to figure out the timing of all that.
And so it falls incomplete, luckily for the Cougars, as on coverage that time for Lake Park Audubon. It looked like, I believe, Caden Beskey was out there in coverage, if I'm not mistaken. So, actually it was Tegan Bierke, in the opposite side. He's
number 5.
Yep, he's flipped the field now. He goes on the other side. One of the Bierke boys out there for Lake Park Audubon. Clock stops, 5:07 to play in the second quarter. 8-6 in favor of Lake Park Audubon Cougars. A 3rd down and 7. Far side from their own 31-yard line. Pistol formation. Quick pitch to Cameron Spaeth, gets away from a tackler in the backfield, now cuts it up to the middle. Cameron Spaeth, 35, up to the 38-yard line. So he gains 7, and he'll be very close to a first down, depending on the official spot. Cameron, a 7-yard scamper, and nearly got brought down to the backfield there. Do we need to get the chain gang out for the first time tonight? No, they're not going to.
You just signaled first down, correct?
They did. They looked over at Pete Fetting, and Pete said, I think it's a first down. You got Vissers. You got Nick Gwynn over there this year. And of course, then you work it in with Dave Solsing down in the field. It's a full crew.
High-quality crew.
They know how to get it done, that's for sure. Moving the chains. So the first down for the Cougars. 4:18 to play in this first half. And that's their 4th first down of the football game. From the 38-yard line, turn and hand the ball off. Backfield, this goes to Brennan Fetting. Nowhere to go for Brennan. Wearing the number 22, Brennan spun down back at the 37. It's actually a loss of 1 on the play. That's his first carry of the season. Talk about Brennan last year. It was just, you talk about the situation with a heart defect, open chest surgery.
Actually, let me correct you, because it was not. He would have been in a much longer recovery if it was open chest, but they're able to go through his rib instead to remove it.
That's true.
It diminished his recovery time down to like 3 months.
That's fantastic. That's right. He did not have to go as far. I remember how the potentials, right? There was always the hope of the less invasive, and they were able to do that.
Correct.
Courtesy of, I believe, the University of Minnesota Hospital. Aiden Markison rolling to his right, fires a pass, and it's incomplete, was dropped. Target was Cameron Spaeth out in front of the Raiders' side of the field on the top of the screen. Incomplete pass. For Brennan to be playing contact sports, and you had him for baseball, of course, too, that's a great scenario.
Yeah, he played some basketball last winter, too, so it was a good thing. He was out of the classroom maybe 2-3 weeks, and that was it.
And it was discovered during the physical prior to school, and that's why it's obviously a big physical blitz every year to got to make sure you're healthy enough to be active in these activities.
Yeah, for most kids it's a routine thing, thankfully, but that's why it is important, just in case something isn't right.
Incomplete pass there brings up a 3rd and 11 at the 37. Back to pass, Markison feels the pressure. Good pickup by Sip on the blitz. Now throwing to Larson, and there's some contact there. Officials looking at it say no on the no throwing. Now they're gonna just wave her dead. There was some pretty good contact right in front of you, Mike, and I don't expect you to, know exactly, but now you're gonna get some upset folks about that one with the contact on the play.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk away from it a little bit, just not get all the details.
Yeah,
there's a little contact there. It was, that player's, didn't appear that he was necessarily playing the ball. He kind of was playing the player. So it's one of those things. It's judgment.
That's the way it is.
They had a better look at it than I did.
That's true. And we've got Cameron Spaeth back punt formation for Ada-Borup-West, and deep back to receive for Lake Park Audubon will be Drew Harris. High kick, wind not helping the factor here. The ball is bouncing, and it does take a little bit of a Cougar bounce. The 37 back to the 35-yard line, and so a little bit of a flip the field on the punt. Raider football, 2:56 to play in this first half, and do believe, I know the Cougars have just 2 timeouts remaining. I think the Raiders have just 2 remaining as well here with this first half. That is accurate. So we've got Raider football on their own 35-yard line following the Cougar punt and a drive stalling. A couple of drop passes, and Cougars unable to capitalize. So from their own 35, 1st and 10 Raiders with an 8-6 lead, 2:56 to play before halftime. Raiders will bring in the play, and Besky will be the quarterback once more. Stand in the pistol with 2 receivers to his right. I should say 1, and double wings are set, 1 back behind him. Besky turns, going to give it to Harris. Follows a block, but is stopped by Cameron Spaeth at the 37. That's a big play by Cameron, a 2-yard gain by Harris.
Yes, good discipline. It's easy to fall for that first action and go with the play. He stayed on his side and made the play coming back at him.
That's one of those examples of, I guess, probably learning from the play that Harris went 85 yards for a score on, and also that's the same play that he went 54 yards on a run earlier in the game, and some growth happening right there. From the standpoint of the Raiders up front, they're blocking really well here today. Have been able to pop up some holes, and their athletes are performing, and they have a 2-point lead here in this first half. 2:15 to go before halftime. Besky, the quarterback in the pistol, turns and hands it off. In the backfield, Zeke Noel. He's met in the hole by a Cougar, that being... on the stop.
Gabe Mertz.
Yeah, look at Gabe Mertz. He's been shuffling in on that linebacker spot as came out in starting linebacker spot. A nice job there of making contact.
Yeah, the Cougars kept contained, forced the runner back in, and Gabe Mertz was there to make the play.
Noel with 5 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd down and call it 3 yards with just under 2 minutes to play here in this first half. Raiders trying to extend here the drive and obviously put themselves in position. They'd like to add to their lead here before halftime. Cougars should get the football to start the second half. Harris in motion. Turn, hand it off on the inside. This, a give to Brody Chilton. Nowhere to go. Trenton Sipp there along with Lance Kritzberger to bring down the ball carrier. Chilton at the 42-yard line. No gain. 4th and 3 for the Raiders.
Let's see what the Raiders decide to do here.
Yeah.
Maybe a situation where, depending on what the Cougars want, they may want to take a timeout.
Just under a minute to go now, and the Raiders seem content with letting the clock run as long as they can. And then you think about that too, Mike, unless now the Cougars will call a timeout, so they do force the Cougars in a timeout. Now just 1 remaining for Ada-Borup-West. With 52 seconds to play before halftime, on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, Lake Park Audubon 8, Ada-Borup-West 6. YourLiveEvent.com.
Whether you're in need of a short-term or long-term care stay, Halsted Living Center offers a variety of first-rate services with a tailored plan to exceed your expectations at any level of care. With Halsted Living Center, there is an attached medical clinic and independent senior housing facility. Physical, occupational, and speech therapy services are available for both inpatient and outpatient. Respite care is available too, as well as hospice services. Call 218-456-2105 for openings available now with Halsted Living Center, or find more information at halstedlivingcenter.com.
It shows you the score right there. The timeout brought to you by our friends at Freedom Fuel. 52 seconds remaining in this first half. 8-6. Lake Park Audubon leads Ada-Borup-West. And it's a 4th down and 3 for Lake Park Audubon on their own 42-yard line. Discussion during our timeout there, Mike, was what are we going to see from the Raiders? Are they going to come out and go for it here? Are they going to punt? What are they going to do? And they're going to bring everybody in tight, try to go for it here on 4th and 3. Besky under center, double wings. And movement.
Forced him off sides.
So the long snap count. This is one of those early season things, too. Encroachment is the call on the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. So a 5-yard penalty, and that is a first down for Lake Park Audubon. So it worked. second penalty on Ada-Borup-West tonight, totaling 10 yards. Same numbers as Lake Park Audubon, 2 penalties for a total of 10 yards in this first half. So the moving of the chains go to the 47-yard line now, and it'll be a first down and 10 Raiders. They have a couple timeouts remaining. And the ball at the 47 of their own. They go double wings. Beskey under center. Send a man in motion. That's Chilton, and a whistle blowing. And it's going to be a procedure penalty. False start on the Raiders of Lake Park Audubon. So a 5-yard penalty going the other way. So the chess match of penalties. We go back and forth.
That's been a long minute.
It has been. It's like a basketball game all of a sudden. Free throws.
I don't think they're intentionally fouling, though.
No, maybe not.
A little different.
I think you're right. How many more do they have to give? That's my question.
Right. At what point do they get to kick field goals?
Yeah, we need a field goal off. I think that's a great idea. 50 seconds remaining. KB under center for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders double wing. Turn back to pass. Feeling the pressure, Beskey will dump it off here to Zeke Noel. He does hold on to the football. Ends up losing yards, and the clock will run at the 40-yard line. A loss of 2 on the pass play in the flats.
I would have to guess a counter is coming.
Entirely possible. With the final 25 seconds. You got to think they're going to run one more play.
Probably some misdirection. We'll see what PJ can draw up here.
Beskey under center. When we get there, they will hustle. 10 seconds. One more play before halftime. Yeah, I wonder what PJ's got lined up here for Raiders. Sending Chilton in motion. Going to go inside. Harris spinning. Cougars were there. No gain. And that's how we go to halftime. Stand by. We'll have halftime coaches' comments here. As Mike, if you want to try to track down Coach Tingham there, let him kind of cool for a hot tick here, and we'll get you. But going up there, no gain for Harris, and that's how our first half will end. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. It is 8-6 in favor of Lake Park Audubon, leading the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. And we'll get some halftime coaches' comments as they are presented to you by our friends at United Savings Credit Union. UnitedSavingsCU.org, locations in Fargo, Dilworth, and in Detroit Lakes as the locations for United Savings Credit Union. Learn more about the credit union difference. Discover it at USCU, United Savings Credit Union, UnitedSavingsCU.org. As Mike Erickson down on the field and try to catch up with Coach Paul Tingham here for a brief coach's comments here as Coach Tingham working his way on the coach's comments. Mike's got the head coach of the Cougars, Paul Tingham.
All right, Paul, we got a tight game going here. What are some things that we did well in the first half?
Did well, not a lot. We got to execute. We should have 3 touchdowns right now. We've, 2 plays we should have had for touchdowns. We just didn't connect on them. And defensively, we got to tackle and obviously stop that counter play. So we can play better. If we don't play better, we're in trouble. So hopefully the second half here, we come out, we get the ball first. Hopefully we come out, execute a little bit better, take advantage of opportunities, and we got to tackle better on defense.
Okay, you mentioned some keys there. What's going to be some of your key messages to your team here at half?
We just got to clean things up. I mean, we dropped passes, we missed guys open, we're missing blocks, we're not tackling, we're not doing our assignments on defense. It's like you got to play fundamental football. If you don't play fundamental football, you're not going to have a chance. I mean, these guys are a good football team, and we knew that coming in. They're much improved off last year, and we are not playing up to our potential. So. Potential is a bad word if you don't play to it. So second half, we need to play to our potential. If not, we might come out of here with a loss.
All right. Well, good luck to you in the second half.
Hey, thank you.
Mike Erickson down on the field with the head coach of Ada-Borup-West, Paul Tingham. Halftime coaches' comments from United Savings Credit Union, UnitedSavingsCU.org. Halftime, Lake Park Audubon 8 and Ada-Borup-West 6 on YourLiveEvent.com. The halftime report is being brought to you by the Lindfors Agency. Lindfors, your insurance source, as the halftime is next.
Don't let the flu get you down. Fight the flu with a shot of prevention. Stop at Hillsborough Drug and get your flu shot today. No appointment is necessary. Shingle shots are also available. And don't forget your other pharmacy and healthcare needs at Hillsborough Drug. Over-the-counter medications, vitamins, health and beauty items as well. For your convenience, Hillsborough Drug offers mail-out service and delivery of your prescriptions. Check out the gift items for all occasions, too. Hillsborough Drug is a locally owned pharmacy and proud to serve the area. They thank you for trusting them with your business at Hillsborough Drug.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
For all of your insurance needs, contact the Linfors Insurance Agency with locations in Fosston, Bagley, Clearbrook, Monoman, and Ada. Performance Ag west of Borup is your full-service ag supplier from the ground up. They offer dry and liquid fertilizers to supply your soil and plant needs with a fully chelated iron product in both liquid and granular called Iron Shield. Performance Ag Borup also offers a full line of seed, corn, sugar beet, soybean, wheat, and cover crop. Plus, they have added the seed treater. See them for your seed treatment and inoculation needs. Performance Ag Borup. They don't want all the business, just yours.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? Is your financial strategy personalized for you and your family? Will your financial advisor be there as your life and financial situation change? Hi, I'm Tony Dalen, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. When we work together, we'll focus on what's important to you. We'll use an established process to create a personalized financial strategy backed by the advice, tools, and resources to help you reach your goals. And we'll partner to help your strategy stay on track. Contact me today, 701-893-5648. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Let's get real. You're ready for a place that's big enough to grow and small enough to care. So get ready for the University of Minnesota Crookston. With more than 30 majors, minors, and certificates, you'll earn a University of Minnesota degree in a close-knit community where faculty become friends and friends feel like family. And to get a degree that can make a difference, you don't need a big city, just big dreams. The University of Minnesota Crookston. Real, hands-on, ready.
When you have a project that requires rock, gravel, crushed asphalt, or crushed concrete, or you need some trenching work done, call Visser Trenching of Ada. They'll move the dirt, they'll haul the rock, they'll take care of you. They do a great job. Call Visser Trenching Ada, 784-4381. Good luck, teams, from everyone at Visser Trenching.
The Linfors Agency halftime report, as you're seeing on the screen, the Lake Park Audubon Raiders in their halftime huddle with an 8-6 lead over the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson with you here at the half. Our halftime report is brought to you by the Linfors Agency. Linfors.com, Linfors Insurance, bringing you our halftime report. Linfors Insurance Agency with locations in Fosston, Bagley, Clearbrook, Monoman, and Ada. For your insurance, whether it be auto, home, health, life, farm, business, commercial business, recreation vehicles, what you need to do is think of what you and who you need to protect, and your nearest agency of Linfors will be there for you. Since 1937, Linfors Insurance, your insurance source, linforsinsurance.com. Well, at the half, it is Lake Park Audubon 8 and Ada-Borup-West 6. Lake Park Audubon scoring on an 85-yard rushing touchdown with 10:42 to play in the second quarter by Drew Harris. That was a 99-yard drive. The Cougars had set him up just before the end of the first quarter on a punt that got stopped at the 1-yard line. And then the Raiders went 99 yards and scored. Drew Harris 85 yards to the house. They got the swinging gate 2-point conversion, and that's how the score got to be 8-0. Then it was 3 minutes and 20 seconds later. Cameron Spaeth capped off a 65-yard drive of the Cougars on a 6-yard touchdown run. The PAT failed, and that's all the scoring we've had. Coach Tingham, Mike, was not pleased with the first half, as he reiterated to us at halftime coach's comments. We were looking at statistics and breaking down the plays, and 204 yards of offense for the Raiders in that first half. 85 came on one play. 99 came on one drive. So from that standpoint, a few big plays. Otherwise, the defense of the Cougars has been pretty solid tonight.
Yeah, they've done all right, especially for a relatively unproven or inexperienced crew. And like I say, you got the one big play where it's it's a missed gap assignment on a counter play where you don't contain the outside. So, yeah, it's going to be learning, I think, for this younger Cougar crew.
And for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, on the flip side, Their defense has been very good as well. The Cougars connected on a 50-yard pass play, and that was a very good play made by the Cougar receiver. So you capitalize there. Defensively, the Raiders have been playing strong, and Coach PJ Peterson has said, we don't want to beat ourselves, and to this point, they have not done that. So they've been holding up their end of the bargain.
Right, yeah. It's been a solid game. LPA is much improved from last year. Like you said, I think we mentioned pregame. They didn't graduate much, so there's a lot to be said about getting another year older, another year wiser.
And they took their lumps last year. There's no question about it. Going 2-7 a year ago for the Raiders, and kind of having to fight through the lack of seniors on the squad, and the guys had to grow up. We're looking at Section 8 being another one like that with Red Lake County. The Rebels are a team that coming back this year. They were very young a year ago and looking to grow here as this season goes on. So we look forward to seeing that as the year goes as well. But tonight, it's Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon, and we are at halftime from the Lindfors Agency. It's 8-6 in favor of the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, leading Ada-Borup-West. We'll try to catch up with Coach PJ Peterson here at halftime as well on yourliveevent.com.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on yourliveevent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on yourliveevent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Ziegler Ag Equipment, Highway 9 North Ada. They have the full line of Fendt, Massey Ferguson, and Challenger tractors. They have high-capacity Claas combines. They are your new Brandt dealer. Visit with them for augers, grain carts, heavy harrows, and Brandt's new vertical tillage. Ziegler Ag Equipment has Bourgault chisel plows, and they are your Amity beet equipment dealer. They have on the lot a new Wilrich 51-foot chisel plow. Call 218-784-2961. Talk with Chuck or Neil for pricing. Ziegler Ag Equipment, 218-784-2961.
Back here on the Lindfors Agency halftime report on yourliveevent.com, where Lake Park Audubon leads Ada-Borup-West by a score of 8-6 at the half, and the head coach of the Lake Park Audubon Raiders is standing by. Mike Erickson is there. PJ Peterson is the guest here on the halftime coaches' comments. Mike, take it away.
Okay. Just trust your brother next to you, and let's get this thing done.
That's right. What are the keys to the second half to be victorious?
Keys to the second half are getting some movement on the offensive line, keep playing great defense, making them try to march the football, try to get some turnovers on the defensive side of the ball, and put some long drives together and seal this thing out.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
That is PJ Peterson, head coach of the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, joining us here at the half. Our halftime coaches' comments from United Savings Credit Union. Discover the credit union difference by going to UnitedSavingsCU.org. Locations in downtown Fargo, Amber Valley Parkway in South Fargo, also on Highway 10 in Dilworth, and on Highway 10 Detroit Lakes. United Savings Credit Union, USCU, UnitedSavingsCU.org. Well, Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson here is the Lindfors Insurance Agency halftime report. Just about wrapping up here, and Mike, I know both coaches are going to expect some big changes here in the second half. I'm anxious to see what happens in the second half, if we get some more big plays or if everybody's held in check and it's going to be a chess match out there. I'm curious to see what happens.
Yeah, it's a low-scoring affair at this point. It's been a lot of defense bending a bit, but not breaking in most cases. So, yeah, like you said, it's going to be a chess match, and the wind's dying down, so that should play a little bit less of a factor as far as the passing game goes.
And we knew it was going to be a cool night, starting to settle in here, that northwesterly breeze. I know overnight tonight we could see temps down to the 40s, so cool in our forecast overnight tonight, and we expect to see the second half be a little bit more like fall weather here in September as well. The halftime report has been presented to you by the Lindfors Agency. Lindfors, your insurance source, lindforsagency.com. Second half of football between Lake Park Audubon and Ada-Borup-West coming up. The Raiders lead the Cougars 8-6 on yourliveevent.com.
One of the main benefits benefits of moving to the Halsted Living Center and Heritage House community is to enjoy every comfort of home without the burdens of home ownership in an environment that offers choices for care assistance, social interaction, group activities, or simply quiet, comfortable living. Another reason to choose Halsted Living Center and Heritage House is to get back to living life through their all-inclusive services and full array of social events, spiritual enrichment programs, recreational activities, and lifelong learning. For more information, call 456-2105 or log on to halstedlivingcenter.com.
Glasses say so much about your personality and personal style. At Valley Vision Clinic, they are happy to work with you in selecting frames that complement your features and vision needs as well as fit your budget. If you're not sure that glasses are for you, ask the Valley Vision Clinic in Ada about contact lenses. There are many advantages to consider when determining if contact lenses are right for you, and the knowledgeable staff at Valley Vision can answer any questions you may have. For all your eye care needs, call Dr. Dave Solseng and staff at Valley Vision Clinic in Ada, 784-4091.
Halsted Telephone knows we all like choices. You can choose to have communication and data services up to 1 gigabit over a reliable state-of-the-art fiber optic network. And you can choose to have the same great services available town or country with local service and support. You can choose to have an individual service or bundle. You can choose to avoid tricky promotional pricing. You can choose unlimited data. The choice seems clear. Choose Halsted Telephone, broadband voice TV. 1-800-457-2125.
As well. Maybe it was a fumble. I'm not sure.
Well, it's Raider football. We're going to call it a turnover on downs here.
Lance Kritzberger, big hit.
Well, we are back bringing you the action. Unsure as to what was our problem here. We had an issue with some technical difficulties here, but we are back bringing you the action of Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon. A little bit of a droppage here. Unsure exactly as to why that was, but nonetheless, the Cougars had a drive stall out. Mike Erickson, we were calling a big drive for Ada-Borup-West with 3:58 to play now, third quarter. Cougars had a drive stall out, was down inside the 15-yard line and tried to set up a pass to the right. They ended up turning it over on down, so the Raiders have it now as a first play, a give. Now second play, this one goes in the backfield. Chilton going to dive ahead, going to get up to the 15 to pick up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd and 5 for the Raiders as they have the football on deep in their own territory.
Looks like Tristan Triplett was in on that stop.
So with Chilton diving ahead, stuck on his first try, and then 5 on the second carry. Deep third quarter. 3:13 to play before the end of the third. Raiders still 8-6 leaders on the scoreboard. Here's a keep by Beskey. Nowhere to go, but flags are coming down on the backside. We'll see what the official calls here with the flags. Beskey was trying to stretch to the sideline. And it might be a hold here on the Raiders. We'll see. In this case, whatever the penalty is, obviously Raiders were short of the down. Officials are having their conversation as to what the flag is for. Still talking.
Appears it was a hold.
Yeah.
So half the distance to the goal.
And they will accept the penalty. So now 3rd down. Ball will be back at the 8-yard line. So 3rd and 12 is what it'll be. 2 receivers split to the right. Back to pass. Feeling the pressure. Caught. And it is a first down. Anton Wickenheiser coming across, making the play. Catching that one here at the 25-yard line. Gain of 17 and a first down for the Raiders. Big play.
And big hit, courtesy of Trenton Sipp.
17-yard connection there after the Raiders had been penalized for 8 yards on the previous play. Now they pick up a first down and extend the drive, and a big play at that to the 25-yard line. Some breathing room there for the Ada-Borup-West, or for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. So it'll be Raiders now with a first down and 10, fresh set of downs, getting things figured out here on our end technically, and now we're at full strength. Here's a big defensive play by the Cougars, forcing a turnover. Mike, did you catch that?
A well-timed blitz courtesy of Trent Sipp, and I did not see who came up with it, but Trent blew it up. I know that.
Looked like maybe Mason Larson was the benefactor of the fumble recovery, but it was well-timed. Everything happened, and Beskey turned and lost the football. What a defensive play by the Cougars. And now the ball will be spotted at the 19-yard line. First down and 10 and a turnover. Lake Park Audubon. Second fumble officially in the ball game. This happening with 2:14 to play in this third quarter. So a turnover, a fumble, courtesy of the Cougar defense, and now from the LPA 19-yard line, first and 10, Ada-Borup-West. Cougars will break the huddle, and they will have the wishbone formation in the backfield. Pitch right side. This is Brennan Fetting. He'll get out of one, get out of two, but then the Raiders come and they swing him down. Loss on the play. Looks to be about the 23-yard line. Should be a loss of 4 on first down.
And that was swarm tackling on the side of LPA. A bunch of guys getting after it.
Second down and 14. So it is a loss of 4. Ball back at the 23. And not much doing there. That's Fetting's second carry of the football game. So just under 2 minutes to play third quarter. Lake Park Audubon 8. Ada-Borup-West 6. In what's been a physical football game, third quarter's been a battle. Back to pass, Markison fires left side, Mason Larson. He has to dive for it. He corrals the football, gathers it in at the 11-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 12 yards, just shy of a first down.
Yeah, Mason Larson coming across on the slant.
Yeah, we'll call that a slant route. Looked like he was coming across there and had to dive a low throw from Markison. Maybe designed a little bit too, but Larson coming across and down at the 11. So a third down and 2, a long 2 at that, with just under a minute to play here in the third quarter. Cougars knock on the door for the second time this drive. The first drive stalled out at the 10-yard line when we were having some technical issues. Wishbone formation. Turned and handed off. And it's Trenton Sipp, and he's inside the 10 down to the 8. That's a gain of 3, and it should be a first down, as that might be how the quarter ends. We'll see. There's 40 seconds on the clock. First down, though, for Ada-Borup-West. Big third down conversion. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Logan Strandberg was in on the tackle.
So with the Cougars, they'll bring in the play, and they'll have plenty of time to get a play off here before the third quarter horn, and then they have the fourth quarter with their wind at their back. It's not much, but there is wind there for sure still here outside. Receivers each way. Deep back is Brennan Fetting. Markison under center. Handed off on first and 8. First and goal at the 8. It's Brennan Fetting inside the 5, and Fetting follows the lead blocker down to the 2-yard line. A gain of 6. Second and goal, as that should end the third quarter complete. We have played 3 quarters here at the Johnson Sports Complex, and the Lake Park Audubon Raiders leading the Ada-Borup-West Cougars by a score of 8-6 after a stalemate in the third quarter. The fourth quarter is next. The Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard.
Here, when your future lies ahead, we help set you on the right course. When your whole world is about to change, we help you prepare for your new life. When staying healthy means staying informed, we help you find answers. This is perseverance, understanding, connection. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
For all of your insurance needs, contact the Linfors Insurance Agency with locations in Fosston, Bagley, Clearbrook, Mahnomen, and Ada.
Fourth quarter set to begin as Lake Park Audubon 8, Ada-Borup-West 6. We get you ready for high school football as we broadcast from the Laura Tweeten Thrivent Financial Broadcast booth. See Laura Tweeten in our office in Ulen and in Ada. Laura Tweeten, Thrivent for a financial representative. Well, Lake Park Audubon, Ada-Borup-West, a stalemate in the third quarter. Ada-Borup-West dominated the time of possession. They got stalled out inside the 15-yard line on a long drive to start the game. They've been very, as Mike Erickson said, very intentional with their plays here in this third quarter. Now into the fourth quarter, just getting started. It's a 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line. Cougars, Aiden Markison will be under center. Far side hash, they give. Trenton Sipp, the workhorse in the second half. He dives, he spins, Sips in the end zone for a touchdown, and the Cougars have a lead. First lead of the football game for Ada-Borup-West. It comes on a Trenton Sipp 2-yard touchdown run. 11:55 to play in the game.
And Trent's been a major factor in the second half for the Cougars. He's been 4 yards every time or better.
2-yard touchdown run, and the ever-important point after touchdown. Cougars likely will be going for 2 here to try to extend it out. Otherwise, the lead is 4.
That's where it becomes a math game.
It does become a math game, and that's where you become my right-hand man because you're a math guy. That's why I really asked you to be my sideline guy.
Right.
For your math abilities.
6 is better than 5 in this game.
That is correct. That is correct. Here is Aiden Markison. Bootleg. Peyton Manning style. To the end zone. 2-point conversion. Lower the shoulder. And he's in. Aiden Markison with a little moxie. 2-point conversion good. And on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, it's Ada-Borup-West 14. Lake Park Audubon 8. YourLiveEvent.com.
This is Spencer Rupke from Ada-Borup-West School. I want to thank the Booster Club members and businesses for their support of Cougar activities through contributions of time, money, and attendance at Booster-sponsored events. If you are not a member of the Booster Club, consider joining and supporting the organization that gives so much to Ada-Borup-West School.
Well, the Ada-Borup-West Cougars cap off a drive that goes 19 yards. They capitalize off of a Raider turnover, the second Raider turnover of the football game, into the end zone on a 2-yard Trenton Sipp touchdown run. The 2-point conversion with some emphasis on the shoulder blow there by Aiden Markison. And it's 14-8. Ada-Borup-West by 6 over Lake Park Audubon. Raider football. They'll be receiving a kick. Cougars will be booting it away with the wind at their back. 11:55 to play in the fourth quarter. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson with you. And we've got Jack Albee running the show here with camera work. He's been just being Jack here tonight. The Jack of all trades. I mean, he's never heard any of this stuff. We just kind of, continue. He's got Eric Smart to his left and, only had to tell Eric to change the scoreboard one time, so it's off to a good start tonight from the Johnson Sports Complex. Dave Dahl's here yelling really loud. It's just a Friday night.
This will be a key drive.
Yeah, let's get back to the focus of the game here.
Momentum either way is going to be established here.
Squib kick by Mason Larson. It'll be felled on here by the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. About the 27-yard line. Raiders jump on top of it, and it'll be Lake Park Audubon football. They've had big playability throughout the game. Lake Park Audubon's touchdown came on an 85-yard run by Drew Harris. It's that counterattack that they've been running. Cougars have snuffed it out here in the second half, but fourth quarter can't hold anything back, Mike. Ball spotted at the 28-yard line where it'll be first down and 10. Raiders will come out, led by quarterback Caden Besky. KB leads the troops. Double wings are set, one back in the backfield. Turn, hand the ball off. Brody Chilton through the line of scrimmage, over Brennan Fetting, into the Cougars secondary, and a big play on first down. All the way up to the 48-yard line. It's a rush of 20 yards and a first down for the Raiders.
Lance Kritzberger's just able to get a hand on that ankle to knock him down.
He's made a couple of ankle tackles tonight from their own 28-yard line to their own 48-yard line and quick to the line of scrimmage. This is what the Raiders did on their first possession of the football game, which eventually got stalled out. Little no-huddle offense. Turn, handed again to Chilton. Backside, tackle made by the Cougars, and Mason Larson grabbed onto the shoulder pads and held on to bring down the ball carrier at midfield. Chilton's going to snag 2 yards, just get across the 50-yard line into Cougar territory. 11-18 and counting left here in this football game. Cougars by 6 over the Raiders. Caden Beskey and Lake Park Audubon bringing in the play call. Raiders will set things up. Formation remains the same. Zeke Noel is in the backfield, 2 wings. Double tight ends are set. Beskey turns, hands it Noel. Noel diving ahead into the Cougar secondary, crossing the 45 and mark him down at the 43-yard line. That's going to be a gain of about 7 yards, just short of a first down. We'll see as they bring the chain. Yeah, just short, 3rd and 1.
It's clear that LPA is not going to back down on this one. They're coming out firing hard.
And a good press, a good push up front. Mark Peterson, Landon Gillespie, Sam Beskey, Jake Nelson, James Berger in the line. And a good push, especially on that left side. You get Gillespie and Peterson, 250, 220 respectively. Here's a handoff as the Raiders plunge forward as Zeke Noel going to get to the 40-yard line and a first down, a gain of 3 on the play. Raider first down number 7 in the football game, and they'll move the chains to the 40-yard line. 14-8, Cougars leading the Raiders. Raider football, top of the screen, Raiders huddling up. Cougars went for a five-man front today, try to combat the Raiders with their tight formation, double wings and double tight ends. Handoff Noel left side. Diving ahead. Noel going to be brought down by the Raiders, or by the Cougars, Trenton Sipp. Noel up to the 37. He'll get 3 yards on first down.
The Cougars need to take some of the energy they had on offense and now focus that on the defense side of the ball.
From my vantage point up top, seeing the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, their splits from the linemen, I mean, they're shoulder to shoulder.
It's tight. Yeah, they're trying to get everybody inside.
Handoff, Brody Chilton runs over one of his lead blockers. Cameron Spaeth, Trenton Sipp combining on the tackle to bring Chilton down at the 35. It's a gain of 2, brings up 3rd down and 5 now for the Raiders. 3rd down and 5, Lake Park Audubon. Raiders in their new uniforms. You've had a great chance to see it here tonight. The white tops, red bottoms, black numerals and letters. New unis this year, came in the spring. They had a good order on them. That's exciting. Good looking duds out there. Handoff inside. This is Harris. He gets away from one, gets away from another. Now inside the 30, down to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of, looks like 6 yards here. Harris is slow to get up now, which is a big-time unfortunate situation for Lake Park Audubon. Harris getting a cramp worked out, and he's being worked on by Cameron Spaeth of the Cougars. So Harris picked up 6 and a first down, and that good sportsmanship out there is Harris should be in good shape to getting that hamstring worked out. Now they're going to bring him over to the sideline and bring in a fresh player for the Raiders. I do believe I saw 87, Colby Pagel, check in on the sideline. Caden Beskey gets the play call. 8:28 remains in the game. Raiders driving, trailing the Cougars by 6, 14-8. Ball spotted now at the 28-yard line, and Raiders headed toward the north end zone into the slight wind that continues to come out tonight. Beskey in the pistol now, 2 receivers to the right. Turn handed off of the backfield. Zeke Noel holding on to the ball. Cougars wrapping up and pushing out of bounds. Cameron Spaeth pushing Noel out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Be a gain of 4 on the play and bring up 2nd down. 8:02 to go in the game.
A lot of variety out of the LPA offensively.
Yeah, they're bringing, it's not just the same old. We've seen similar play run out of different formations, but yeah, they have some opportunity there. And that time they went with a double receiver to the right. Colby Pagel had come in with Drew Harris off to the sideline. Drew Harris had rushed the ball for 173 yards in the first half. Now 85 of that came on one play. It's just 6 yards in the second half for Drew Harris on the ground. Raiders haven't had the ball much until this drive. 2nd and 6 from the Cougar 23-yard line. Now back on the counter. The handoff goes for the first time today on the carry. Number 11, Sean Felker, off the bench. Felker inside the 20 down to the 17-yard line. Going to be a gain of, looks like 6 yards, and it'll be a first down for the Cougars, or for the Raiders, excuse me.
Those counter plays have been highly productive for LPA this game.
Have been. They've been going to it when they really need something, and they did there. 10th play of the drive. Now coming up on the 11th play of the drive, a 1st and 10 for Lake Park Audubon. 7:40 to play here in the football game. Raiders trying to tie the game up here on this possession and potentially take the lead. It's going to be a handoff. This time Chilton gets by, 3rd level. Spun down by Fetting down to the 8-yard line. A gain of 9 on first down. Brody Chilton. 9-yard carry, Lake Park Audubon. Knocking on the door inside the 10. They're going to put him down at the 8-yard line. And just shy of the first down. 2nd and short for the Raiders. And they're taking their time. No need to rush. Eat up that clock while you're at it, right, Mike? Let's see here. Go ahead.
Well, you got P.J. Fleck and P.J. Peterson.
Yeah. Eating up the clock.
Same philosophy.
Running the ball. 2nd and 1 at the 8. Pistol formation for Beskey. He turns and hands it. Zeke Noel, first down. Down to the 5. He picks up 3, and it's 1st and goal for Lake Park Audubon with 6:40 and counting to go. 3-yard run for Zeke Noel. That's 10 first downs for Lake Park Audubon in the game. Now this drive is 13 plays old. Closing in on the end zone. Lake Park Audubon, Caden Beskey brings in the play. They have a pretty good pace of play. They've got their tempo the way they like it right now, and they're obviously controlling this drive. Cougars defense hasn't had much of an answer for Lake Park Audubon's ground and pound here on this drive. Raiders break the huddle. 6:12 to go. Clock ticking. Double wings are set. Noel behind Beskey in the pistol. Turn, handed off Chilton on the inside, and he's stopped in the backfield. Ada-Borup-West coming with pressure that time, and Aaron Sipp busted through the line and brought down Noel. A loss back to the 6, a loss of 1 on the play. 2nd and goal.
Good to see Aaron Sipp get in there.
Absolutely, a nice play by Sipp. He's been active today. They've been running away from him most of the night. Defense chant happening here on the sidelines. The Ada-Borup-West football team. Crowd, many standing here, checking in the action.
Fun fact about Aaron Sipp, he's a pretty good mathematician.
That is a fun fact. Because knowledge is power, Mike. I like it.
That's right.
From the pistol, Beskey, 2nd and goal. It's Felker. Felker tripped up. He's down at the 4-yard line. It's a gain of 2, make it 3 yards for Felker. And had he not been tripped up, Sean Felker might have been doing the end zone dance.
Trent Sipp's helmet came off, so he came off the field here.
Yeah, and Cougars could call a timeout, and it looks like they will. No, Raiders call a timeout.
I think he pointed the wrong direction. I think he pointed toward the Cougar bench.
He pointed toward the Cougar bench, but not the right direction. Now we'll get the official word here. Yeah, timeout taken by...
There we go.
Yes, timeout taken by Ada-Borup-West.
Terry's got us taken care of.
Terry Eider has got it taken care of. You're darn right. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, just under 5 minutes to play. Raiders have a 3rd down and goal at the Cougar 4, down by 6 when we come back.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Minnesota.
This message presented by the Minnesota State High School League and the Minnesota Interscholastic Activities Administrators Association.
Back out of the timeout from Freedom Fuel and Ada. Just under 5 minutes to play. Lake Park Audubon with a 3rd and goal at the Cougar 4-yard line following a timeout taken by Ada-Borup-West. Trenton Sipp now able to be on the field because of that timeout taken. He had lost his helmet in the play previous, as Mike had mentioned. Raiders break the huddle and are at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and goal at the 4. Long snap. They get the Cougars to jump. Encroachment on Ada-Borup-West, the offsides. And it'll be for Ada-Borup-West, giving up some yardage here. Lake Park Audubon will be that much closer to the goal.
Half the distance to the goal.
So you put it at the 2. But that second time now they've used that for the Raiders, and discipline comes in, and a lot of times that's first game type scenarios.
Oh, you got new faces out there.
Oh, yeah.
A little inexperience. Hopefully by week 8 they can clean that stuff up.
Yeah. Beskey, 3rd and goal at the 2. He dives forward.
No signal yet.
They put the sign up. It is a touchdown. Caden Beskey has tied the football game. Lake Park Audubon in a 2-yard touchdown with 4:48 to play. Back judge was signaling a touchdown, but the side judges didn't want to do that. But a touchdown it is. Caden Beskey in the end zone on a 2-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders have tied it. They'll go for the all-important 2-point play. 16-play drive that goes 72 yards and ends with a touchdown for the Raiders. 3rd into the 4th quarter, and they chewed up a lot of 4th quarter.
See if they kick it. Nope. Oh, okay. Yep.
4:48.
All this nonsense.
So the Raiders will go with the swinging gate formation. Back to pass, a little pop pass in the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by Ada-Borup-West. It's Brendan Fetting. So we will go to a score of 14 all. The 2-point conversion on the swinging gate fails. Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. The Raiders and the Cougars are knotted up with 4:48 to play on yourliveevent.com.
Another way to minimize your farm's risk and protect its equity with margin protection coverage. This is Bethany Rentz, crop insurance agent with IRE Insurance. Margin protection provides coverage against an unexpected decrease or increase in operating margin. In other words, we can put a policy in place to protect you from changing input costs and crop prices on your farm. Let us help you explore this option between now and September 30th to get you covered. For more information, go to IREINS.com.
You're protected and appreciated at IRE.
There's your score, and the scoreboard reads accurate. Thanks, Eric Smart. 14 all, Ada-Borup-West, Lake Park Audubon, knotted up with 4:48 to play on yourliveevent.com. Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. Getting through a little technical difficulty earlier here tonight with an internet droppage, and now that doesn't seem to be the issue anymore for us, so we're happy about that, bringing you the action here tonight on yourliveevent.com. And thanks for all who are tuning in here tonight. We've got ourselves a dandy football game. With Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon all knotted up. That drive for Lake Park Audubon, 16 plays, 72 yards, eating up a huge chunk of this 4th quarter. They'll kick it into the wind. The Cougars will return. And 2 teams, each has had a 2-point conversion fail, and we sit with 14 all with 4:48 to play in the game. Simon has it teed up for Lake Park Audubon, deep back to receive. Brendan Fetting and Cameron Spaeth. Kicks away from Simon. It's a squib kick. And the Cougars will jump on top of it. And Trenton Sipp is the one to get on top of that football. Picking it up and getting down right there at the, I believe, 40-yard line, 38-yard line where they'll have him marked down. It'll be 1st and 10 Cougars. And Ada-Borup-West 2 remaining timeouts.
God believe Coach Wallin has Trenton Sipp right in the middle of all that for a reason.
I think, well, you get those guys out there, and there is. You gotta put guys in position on the special teams to make plays and to be steady. And Sipp, he can hold on to the football, he can run the football, and he also can block. So he's a good guy for that middle wedge. Cougars will break the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Aiden Markison sets down the troops. One receiver left is Spaeth, trips to the right, and Sipp in the backfield. The give is to Sipp. Lowers the shoulder, holds onto the football, crosses the 40. Gets up to the 41-yard line. A gain of 3 on 1st down for the Cougars, clock running. Trenton Sipp, the Cougars just had 1 play in the 4th quarter, and that was a Trenton Sipp 2-yard touchdown run. It was the first play of the 4th quarter. 4.5 to go. The rest of the 4th quarter has been dominated by that big 16-play drive for Lake Park Audubon. Cougars break the huddle. Send 3 receivers right, 1 to the left again is Spaeth. Markison in the pistol. 4:10 to play. Back to pass in the flats. Cougars complete the pass. It's a catch to Brendan Fetting, who is roughed out of bounds at the 45-yard line. A gain of 4 yards, and it'll bring up third down. Clock stops. Does not stop here, just under 4 minutes to play.
Brendan Fetting's down after that play.
Okay.
Close enough to the sideline, they can get him off without stoppage of play.
Okay. He was getting roughed up towards the sideline. It definitely was getting popped. So nothing illegal by any means, but...
No, Wickenheiser put a good hit on him, though.
Yeah, yep.
Legal hit, of course.
Yep. It's football. A physical game is football, you know. 3.5 to go here in regulation. Notice I'm already saying in regulation. Cougars might be calling timeout here, as Aiden Markison hasn't left much of the side there of Paul Tingham. Now they'll get back to the huddle. Some of the players start to move back here. Yeah, we're going to just run the clock down. And now timeout is called. Cougars burn a timeout with 3:07 to go in the game. A 3rd down and 3 when we come back on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. We're tied at 14 on yourliveevent.com.
Rural enrichment and counseling headquarters, also known as REACH, Neighbors Helping Neighbors. That's their slogan, and it says it all. REACH is a multi-agency human service center that helps families and individuals with counseling, food services, and help and support during the holidays. Things such as the backpack program, food for kids during the weekend, and a holiday meal during Thanksgiving and Christmas are just a few of the things that REACH can do. Check them out at ruralenrichment.org or visit their secondhand stores in Holly and Hendron.
Back out of the timeout from Freedom Fuel and Ada. 3:07 remains in this high school football contest between Lake Park Audubon and Ada-Borup-West. Kevin Kolkman, Mike Erickson with you tonight. Jack Albee running the show with the camera angles and production tonight. Glad to have you along wherever you are. We appreciate it. Dealing with a few technical issues here tonight on the Your Live Event crew, but we're fighting through it, doing our best, try to make it all work for everybody. 3rd down and 3 for the Cougars out of the timeout. We're knotted up at 14. Cougars coming in with the wishbone formation, receivers each way. Back to pass is Aiden Markison on 3rd and 3. A fire of the middle. Pass is picked off. It's Caden Beskey. Interception for the Raiders. Beskey down to the sidelines, and he's making space, and he's out of bounds. Now down at about the 25-yard line. Cougars tried to thread the needle, and Caden Beskey makes them pay.
Well, and from Lake Park Audubon's point of view, I imagine Beskey's one of those guys that they view as a leader and somebody they want to step up in a situation like that.
That happens with 2:54 to go in the 4th quarter. Big play, and the Raiders now are knocking on the door. All the momentum on their side. Ball will be spotted at the Ada-Borup-West 26-yard line. So, 1st down and 10 for the Raiders. Everybody's in tight. They'll turn, they'll hand the ball off, and the give goes to Chilton, who's tripped up in the backfield. Chilton dives ahead to the 22. He'll gain 4 yards on 1st down.
Cougars running guys off, not really sure. Must have been some confusion about who needs to be out there.
Ever important positioning. Gotta be in the right spot. Caden Beskey with a big pick off there. Great defensive play by the young man. Now the Raiders are facing a 2nd and 6 at the Cougar 22-yard line with 2:19 to play. Beskey under center. He'll turn. He'll hand it off to Drew Harris. He lost the football. Did he get it back? The ball bounced, and Harris ended up keeping it. Wow. Harris down at the 22. No gain, but nearly catastrophic.
The Raiders have had some fortunate bounces. The 4th time it's been on the ground?
Yeah, and they have lost 2. 1 resulted in points on the ensuing drive. Third down and 7. They'll say back to the 23-yard line. Beskey is going to be nearly sacked. Pass is caught by Colby Pagel. Wow, what a catch that is by Pagel as he hangs on to it. And Beskey was nearly down in the backfield, being wrapped up by the Cougars. He makes a connection. 6'5" Colby Pagel makes the catch, and it's a 1st down for the Raiders. 1:30 to play.
Beskey's making some plays right now.
Huge. They're going to put the football at the, let's see here, where do they mark it down? At the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 6.
First down.
Pagel makes the catch. First down, Raiders. As they'll come out on the 16-yard line. Turn and hand the football off. They just go up the middle. And Zeke Noel dives to the 15. He'll get a yard. Minute 30 to play. Zeke Noel grabbing a yard there. And the Raiders not rushing by any means, trying to hustle here to the line of scrimmage. They're eating up clock. They still have timeouts. Minute 5 to play. Everybody in tight, 2nd and 9. Movement on the Cougars. Trenton Sipp was trying to blitz and got a little bit too aggressive there. And an offsides penalty here on the Cougars will give the Raiders 5 free yards. Down to the now it looks like they'll put them at the 10-yard line.
And that's a play that, Trent's had timed that well a couple times and just didn't work out for him there. He pulling that Troy Polamalu blitz.
15 yards on 3 penalties for the Cougars. This is a big one, though. 1 minute to play, ball at the 10-yard line. Raiders, Beskey lost the football. Somebody, who's got the ball? It's still still fighting over the ball here. Who's got it? It was recovered by the Raiders. It looks like Colby Pagel jumped on top of the ball. Another near catastrophe there for the Raiders, but it'll end up being now 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 10-yard line. 38 seconds to play. Raiders have timeouts left. Are they comfortable in letting this clock run? 28 seconds to play. Beskey back to pass. Beskey fires. Going to the end zone. Ball is tipped, and it's incomplete. Intended target, Colby Pagel was there. Drew Harris was there. Cougars were in coverage. Incomplete pass. Clock stops. It's 4th and 5 with 21 seconds to play. Tie game.
Yeah, with, now it's 4th down, so I suppose they're not stopping the clock to, not give the Cougars as much time in the event of a turnover and downs.
Right, and so now 4th and 5 at the 10. They only need 5 yards to extend, right? 21 seconds. 2 timeouts remaining for the Raiders. And the Cougars will use their final timeout.
It's an important play. Got to make sure they got things in the right spots.
Absolutely. With 21 seconds to play, Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard, the timeout from Freedom Fuel. We're knotted at 14. Raiders a 4th and 5 at the 10-yard line when we come back.
Brecken from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to our growers. Your trust and fellowship is the driving force behind our dedication to your successful farming operation. We continue to invest in the education of our team to ensure your customer experience is outstanding. Thank you for the opportunity to be your planter experts. Stop by either of our locations in Hillsboro or Drayton, North Dakota, or visit planterdoc.com.
Look at that. 21 seconds to go. And the score is 14-all. Lake Park Audubon.
It's your live event.
With the ball. Raiders at the 10-yard line with a 4th and 5. Tie game, 21 seconds to play. Beskey in the shotgun. He'll turn, he'll hand it off to Harris. He goes left side. Harris is upended by Cameron Spaeth at the 10. No gain. Turnover on downs. Wow. So a turnover on downs at the 10. Cougars will have one play likely. 16 seconds, maybe 2.
No surprise, LPA went with the counter, and good players make plays. Cameron Spaeth was there to make the open field tackle.
Big play, and yeah, it was well designed. Everything, all the facets were there, and plays were made, and the Raiders did not capitalize. Cougars stand tall, and they have a 1st and 10 as Aiden Markison heads back to the huddle. They got to play. If they can make a big one, game could come to a close. Otherwise, we're looking at a potential of overtime tonight.
LPA has 5 D-backs on the field.
And the Cougars will come out with, now there's too many men in the huddle. Brendan Fetting was out there. Too many men in the huddle. So a penalty on the Cougars will move the ball back. Brendan Fetting hustled off to the field. So I don't know if he was the one or just someone was an odd man out. Doesn't matter. Point is there were too many men in the huddle. 5-yard penalty and a 1st and 15. Be the last play potential here. 4th penalty on the Cougars here tonight. 2 receivers each direction for Ada-Borup-West. Aiden Markison will step up in the pocket, and now he will run. And Aiden Markison is off to the races a little bit here to the 30-yard line. He's out of bounds with 9 seconds to play. Showing some wheels. Markison up to the 32-yard line. And so we get 27 yards on a Markison scamper. And a first down.
Cougars still have a chance for, we'll see what they come up with. Long pass play, maybe a counter.
They got options. You can run almost anything. What's going to be effective for you? Ada-Borup-West huddles up with 9 seconds to play in regulation. Tied at 14, 1st and 10 from the 32-yard line. 2 receivers each way, 1 back is Sip in the backfield. Markison, a quick screen, left side. This is Cameron Spaeth. Get the ball in Cameron's hands. He'll run down the sidelines to midfield. Cameron Spaeth is out of bounds. 1.9 seconds to go. He crosses the midfield stripe. Where will they mark him? Mark him right at the 50-yard line. So it's 18 yards to Spaeth, and now 1 more play. Spaeth with 18 yards and a first down, so
this is where you dig deep. Both teams, no matter you're trying to stop the play or make something happen, dig deep. You're probably tired at this point.
See what can happen. Ball at midfield. Sending 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. The 1 receiver to the right, bottom of the screen, is Cameron Spaeth. Markison, we got a whistle and a timeout for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. Raider timeout on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. 1.9 seconds remain. We're knotted at 14. Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon, yourliveevent.com.
Welcome to the Ada-Borup-West School. This educational campus is filled with energy and a culture of striving for excellence with academics, fine arts, and athletics. With current enrollment over 700 students who are busy learning and participating in school activities, the administration and staff of Ada-Borup-West School welcomes parents and community members to also participate with support to all students. Learn more of the current success and events at the school website ada.k12.mn.us.
1.9 left. People are thinking overtime up here. I don't know. We'll see. There's 1.9 left on the clock. Can Ada-Borup-West find a way to get in the end zone? 14 all. They'll break the huddle. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson with you tonight on yourliveevent.com. The action is yours. Timeouts are brought to you by Freedom Fuel. Car wash, pet wash, fastest pumps in town, gas and diesel fuel, Freedom Fuel. Timeout. The Ada-Borup-West Cougars at the 50-yard line. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Cameron Spaeth is the receiver on the right. Aiden Markison lost the snap. Now back to pass. He's rolling away from defenders. He's in trouble. Markison is down, sacked in the backfield, and we are headed to overtime. The Lake Park Audubon Raiders coming with a blitz, and Jacob Nelson brings down Markison for a loss on the play, a loss of 13 officially. So that is the end of regulation. That means we have overtime, Mike Erickson, at 14 all. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk overtime with you as it is Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon headed to OT on yourliveevent.com.
In the months of preparation for spring planting, all through the growing season and into the long days of harvest, the team at AgriMax is here to help farmers around the Red River Valley with a complete array of services and products. From seed sales to custom aerial and ground applications, crop protection products, and more. AgriMax will help reach every producer's goal, peak profitability. Contact Eli Swenson at AgriMax today at 218-790-6375 or visit them online at agrimaxllc.com.
Even in today's world of instant communication and entertainment at the tip of your fingers, we can feel alone, disconnected, and detached. Whether you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, mental health, or just the stress of everyday life, Illuma is here for you to guide you, to help you find the light within, and instill hope for a brighter tomorrow. The light is in you. Visit illumacares.org.
Overtime. Ada-Borup-West, Lake Park, Audubon tied at 14 here on YourLiveEvent.com. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson, Jack Albee running the show here today. The camera angle has you focused on the coin flip. And overtime, everybody gets the ball at the 10-yard line. And you have 4 plays to try to get in the end zone. And if you do, then you do. If you don't, then you don't. The other team will get a chance. 2-point conversions or point after touchdowns count. We could have multiple overtimes. We could just have one. Only time will tell, Mike Erickson, but the point is these two teams fought hard, and we are getting bonus football on week number 1.
I would imagine whoever wins the coin flip will want the ball second.
I would think so. Aiden Markison holding the football at midfield. Officials, Terry Eider and his crew tonight. Experienced crew, no question about it. Making sure that everybody understands the rules of the overtime session. But again, this goes to your talk earlier, Mike, when we go way back to our conversations about the rule differences at different levels of football. You have a different overtime strategy in high school, and in college you go to the 20-yard line. And then in the NFL, you have a timed overtime, and the game could end in a tie. And then you have different things, like if you kick a field goal, well, then that's not fair enough. The other team gets a chance, and all the different things, or you could walk it off with a touchdown. It's kind of there's different rules and regs, but in high school, you're going to get the ball at the 10-yard line and have 4 downs. So as you see, Ada-Borup-West has won the toss, and they defer. Lake Park Audubon will have the football and will go toward the north end zone.
I'm going to boogie to the north end zone then.
That is where Mike Erickson's going to go. And we are going to get ready for overtime football. Ada-Borup-West last year in the Section 8A final, falling to the Mahnomen-Waban Thunderbirds. Last year, Lake Park Audubon 2-7 record, falling in the Section 6 playoffs. Two teams obviously looking for win number 1 here in week number 1. Ada-Borup-West and Lake Park Audubon knotted up at 14. How did we get to this point? The Raiders scored first, 10:42 in the second quarter on a Drew Harris 85-yard touchdown run. 2-point conversion was good off of the swinging gate, made it 8-0. Cougars scored with 7:22 to play in the first half. Cameron Spaeth on a 6-yard touchdown run. The 2-point failed. The halftime score was 8-6, Lake Park Audubon. Trenton Sipp scored 5 seconds into the fourth quarter for Ada-Borup-West on a 2-yard run. The 2-point conversion was good on an Aiden Markison run, making it 14-8 Cougars. And then Lake Park Audubon long drive with 4:24 to play in the fourth quarter. Caden Beskey, a 2-yard touchdown run, 2-point failed, 14 all. Caden Beskey had a big interception off of Aiden Markison that brought the Raiders down to the 10-yard line. Eventually unable to score. Cougars had a little chance in the last 20 seconds, unable to score too, and we're in overtime. To the 10-yard line we go. It's a 1st and goal. Teams will get 4 plays. No chance at another first down, of course, unless penalties come into factor. But Raiders will come out. Caden Beskey in the pistol formation. One back in the backfield. They turn and hand it. Going up the gut. They give his to their lead back, Zeke Noel. Noel dives ahead here in the overtime session and will gain 3 yards on first down.
On each tackle, it seems the Cougar defenders are reaching in, trying to pry that ball out, probably why the ball's been on the ground 5 times for the Raiders today.
That's right, and it's been important. Both coaches talked about being able to hold on to the football as a huge goal and huge key for success. Raiders 2 turnovers today, Cougars with 1. Beskey in the pistol once more. Turns, keeps it himself on the snap, goes outside. Cameron Spaeth there, wraps him up, brings him down to the 10-yard line. They met him at the 8. They'll give him forward momentum. A loss of 1. 3rd and goal at the 8 in overtime. Beskey snags a yard on the play. Glad to have you along wherever you're finding us. It's overtime. Lake Park Audubon Ada-Borup-West here tonight. Lake Park Audubon trying to pick up a victory on the road in week 1. They've had a great game plan. I'd say, Mike, they've executed pretty well here tonight.
Yeah, so far so good. It's been tough to get anything offensively either way.
Teams have been battling in the trenches. Beskey, 3rd down and goal at the 8 here in overtime. Back to pass, looking, finding Drew Harris. It's short, incomplete. Throw was low. So we will have 4th down for Lake Park Audubon here in overtime. Raiders, 4th down at the 8. Again, if they don't score here on this play and they turn it over to the Cougars, Cougars then will have 4 downs. And if the Cougars score, they win. And if they neither team scores, well, then we're just going to play another one. Then we call it double overtime. We'll find a winner tonight. Caden Beskey in the pistol for the Raiders. 2 receivers to the right of the formation. Zeke Noel in the backfield. Low snap, Beskey looking, getting some space. There's a blatant hold in front of Terry Eider here, but no call. Pass is knocked down by the Cougars. So the Raiders fail to get in the end zone, and the Cougars will have their chance in overtime. Strong defense by Ada-Borup-West. I'd have to watch back. It might not have been that blatant of a hold. It sure, from my eyes way back here, it didn't look great. Trying to keep the defender away from the quarterback, but nonetheless, it was a physical play, and in the end, a knockdown pass by the Cougar defense, and now the Ada-Borup-West will have it with 4 downs and a chance to win the football game here in overtime, tied at 14.
Austin McCraven deflected that pass down.
Big play for Austin. And he's been out there, McCraven, starting on the defensive side of the football tonight for Ada-Borup-West as a sophomore. Did a great job reading that time and doing his job. Knock it down. Aiden Markison will lead Ada-Borup-West out. And it'll be under center, turning and handing to Trenton Sipp. He'll dive ahead. Sipp bounces off 1 and stays on his feet down to the 6-yard line. Cougars on 1st down, pick up 4 yards. 2nd and goal here in overtime.
No surprise that ball going to Sipp. He's been the guy they've been giving it to, especially within the 10-yard line.
So it is the Cougars diving ahead in overtime. 2nd down and goal at the 6-yard line. Knotted up at 14. Sends Spaeth, the receiver, left in the formation. Right side, Mason Larson. Wishbone, the give. Sipp again, no can do, maybe to the 5. 3rd and goal for the Cougars at the 5. It only makes sense that we just see a battle here in the overtime session too.
For sure, LPA's line, they did a nice job on that play, breaking it up, controlling the line of scrimmage.
Raiders started the game with the 3 down linemen. They have transferred since, and they have 4 down linemen now. As they were able to bring up, and this might just be now in this situation, but Sam Beskey, the captains, he's now an inside lineman. As they went a little bit bigger front. 3rd and goal at the 5 in overtime for the Cougars, tied at 14. 3 receivers left of the formation. Now pistol formation for Markison. High snap, looking left towards the trips. Throws over the middle, passes in the end zone, passes incomplete. They were looking, trying to find Cameron Spaeth, and it's an incomplete pass, 4th down.
Drew Harris had textbook defense there. Didn't reach, didn't hit the receiver too soon. Was able to get his arm across and knock that ball to the ground.
And so now timeout called here by Ada-Borup-West. 4th down and goal at the 5. Overtime, tied at 14 on YourLiveEvent.com and the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Back after this.
Treat yourself to a great career at American Crystal Sugar Company. Team up with quality people making quality products. Full-time and year-round in a stable business. With great pay and benefits including time off available from day one. American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your continued growth and career advancement. grow your career, doing your best work within the world's best beet sugar company. Apply online today at AmericanCrystalCareers.com.
Overtime, 14-14, Ada-Borup-West, Lake Park Audubon, all knotted up. Raiders had their first possession in overtime, a fourth down attempt knocked down by Austin McCraven in the end zone. And so Ada-Borup-West, 2 Trenton Sipp carries and an incomplete pass toward Cameron Spaeth in the end zone. It's 4th and 5 for the Cougars. They'll break the huddle. Timeout is taken. Timeouts from Freedom Fuel and Ada. And they're going to go for a field goal to win the football game. Kicking is 52, Tate Jacobson. And holding is Cameron Spaeth. Snap spot. Jacobson's kick. There's whistles everywhere. It's good, but whistles. Icing the kicker. Timeout taken by Lake Park Audubon. How about that, Mike, huh?
Wow, this brings me back to 2018.
So the first time that so here, Mike, let's take this back. So watching in warm-ups, did you see the Cougars attempt an extra point kick of any sort or a field goal at any time in the warm-ups tonight?
I did not notice it. That doesn't mean it necessarily didn't happen.
I agree. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I didn't see it happen myself. We did notice that Lake Park Audubon was attempting the extra point kicks, and neither team has attempted a kick of any sort outside of a kickoff here today or a punt. And so the Cougars will line it up again, and the holder is Cameron Spaeth. The kicker for Ada-Borup-West is Tate Jacobson. He made it once. Can he do it again?
Well, that's where you get into the conversation of, is icing a kicker really worth it? Do you just give him an extra practice, or are you going to get into his head?
That's right. 21-yard field goal to win the game. Jacobson's kick is up, and the kick is good, and Ada-Borup-West has won it in overtime. On a 21-yard field goal by Tate Jacobson, the final score on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Ada-Borup-West 17, Lake Park Audubon 14. YourLiveEvent.com. Cougars will move to 1-0 on the season, while the Lake Park Audubon Raiders will have their regular season record at 0-1 to begin. 17-14, the Cougars over the Raiders on YourLiveEvent.com. Our postgame report from Home Crown Realty is coming up next.
John Wayne and Marissa at the Ben & Hoagland Agency of Ada and Moorhead take this time to wish all farm families and farm workers throughout the area a safe and successful harvest. Keep safety in mind when you're out on and around the tractors and trucks and other machinery in the fields and around the farm this harvest season. Don't cut corners when it comes to safety. It could cost a life. John Wayne and Marissa at Ben & Hoagland Agency thank you for your business, and they remind you if you have any questions about crop insurance, call or stop and visit with them. The Ben & Hoagland Agency of Ada and Moorhead.
At the Bennett Hoagland Agency, we understand that crop insurance is not a one-size-fits-all program. It's our specialty at the Bennett Hoagland Agency, and we can easily identify the options you need to help your farm succeed. John, Wayne, and Marissa are dedicated to helping you create a cost-effective risk management plan that supports your unique farm operation. Call or stop at the Bennett Hoagland Agency to review your crop insurance coverage. We're an equal opportunity provider. Fall into savings on oil change and tires this month at Bitker Inc. The savings fall into your pocket with $10 off all Lucas Oil Change on your vehicles at Bitker Inc. Call to schedule your Lucas Oil Change and save the $10. Call Bitker Inc. 456-SHOP. That's 456-7467. Fall into more savings with Lucas Oil Changes at Bitker Inc. Oil change, tire repair, and new tires. Bitker Inc. Located between Ada and Halsted. Call Troy 456-7467.
You won this year's chili cook-off. Our girls played in the softball finals last spring. You're not just another policyholder to us. We remember your name. Hi, Cheryl.
He remembered my name.
Because it's your name. That's simple human sense.
River's Edge Insurance Agency, Halsted. 218-456-2172.
Jeff, Mary, Dan, Sarah.
Final scores, you see it on the Community Co-op Energy Solutions scoreboard. Ada-Borup-West in overtime, the win, 17-14 over the Lake Park Audubon Raiders here tonight on yourliveevent.com. As we fire things up in the post-game report, our post-game report is brought to you by Home Crown Realty, homecrownrealty.com. When you're buying or selling real estate, trust Home Crown Realty. They're licensed in Minnesota and North Dakota. Home Crown Realty and homecrownrealty.com. Find them on Facebook, too. Some new listings are out. Home Crown Realty. Brandon Dahl, Eric Smart, ready for you with Home Crown Realty. And our game summary from the Benedictine Care Community Mission Court campus of the Benedictine Living Community of Ada. Overtime win for Ada-Borup-West over Lake Park Audubon here at the Johnson Sports Complex. The Raiders falling, the Cougars winning it 17-14. Overtime scenarios, we had the Raiders get the ball first. They weren't able to punch it into the end zone. The Cougars on fourth down sent Tate Jacobson out to kick a field goal. He makes it, but a timeout was called by Coach Peterson and the Raiders. So come out and line it up and do it again. And he does. The 21-yard field goal through the uprights give the Ada-Borup-West Cougars their season victory here. Number 1, as Lake Park Audubon drops to 0-1 on the season with the loss. A well-played football game by these two teams. Kevin Kochman, Mike Erickson, Jack Albee here for you at Johnson Sports Complex in Ada. And Mike, we said it. Fun game, enjoyable football. Definitely the first game of the regular season. And both teams battled here tonight. And in the end, a field goal in overtime. Didn't see that one coming.
No, I definitely wouldn't have predicted that at the beginning of the game.
No, but here it is, and an enjoyable football game nonetheless. Certainly appreciate those for checking in and watching. We're going to have a post-game reaction here, your Home Crown Realty post-game report. We'll get a chance to get some reaction. We're going to get Coach P.J. Peterson for the Raiders here in just a moment. Then we'll get a couple of stars of the game and others that'll join us here in the post game from Ada-Borup-West, along with Coach Paul Tingham as well. We'll be checking it. Raiders just breaking the huddle right now. We'll get Coach Peterson in just a moment. He's on his way over, so stand by for that and our post game coaches' comments here this evening. Home Crown Realty, homecrownrealty.com with our post game report. The game summary again from Benedictine Care Community Mission Court, campus of the Benedictine Living Community in Ada. Following an overtime loss on Friday night, the head coach of Lake Park Audubon football, P.J. Peterson, Mike Erickson's got Coach on the sidelines.
Well, PJ, obviously not the outcome you wanted, but you got to walk away from this game happy about a few things. So, what are some of those things?
Our guys did not give up. The teams in the past, when they went down and scored and took the lead, some teams would fold, but we went right back at them. We went down, tied the thing up, went to overtime. I was talking about playing 4 quarters. We played more than 4 quarters tonight, and the guys played physical and they held them to a field goal, and the kid makes the field goal twice. That's something that doesn't really happen rarely in high school football, even at other levels. But our guys played hard, played tough, and they were together the whole time, and I'm proud of each and every one of them.
Right, you should be proud of them. I mean, you think about the third quarter, Ada-Borup-West had possession most of that quarter, tie the game, and then you come back right away and bam, bam, bam. You have a nice little drive there, stalled out, but it like I said, you should be very proud of that.
Yep, I'm proud of all those guys, and they competed to the very end. And we just got to tighten some things up. We got a tough schedule. We got Monoma and Waubun next week, so we're back to work on Monday against another tough opponent. But there's some good things that we can take away from this, and we're going to be a tough team to battle, and we're going to give our best whoever we play.
Yes, and that's definitely something to strive for, especially in high school football. Next week, Thunderbirds, what do you know about them?
They're going to run the same old offense, just like we run the same old offense. Pound it between the tackles, right? They run that option. They got a new quarterback, I think, but it's going to be a knockdown, drag-out fight. They're going to be physical up front, and we just got to match that physicality. We got to put a nice game plan together, and we got to sustain drives. We're going to see guys pack the box and blitz it on us, and we got to mix up our cadences and do some things there to help us out and give us a chance.
Right, I think that you just mentioned mixing your cadences. You drew Ada-Borup-West offsides a handful of times in some key spots. Was that something in your game plan right away, or something you kind of came with up on the fly?
It was something on the fly. We did last year, but we had a lot of returners and they understood what we were doing, and we executed and it worked. So proud of them for adjusting on the fly, adjusting to things. When you're in a tight ball game in week 1, you don't expect to go to OT right out of the chute. But it was an awesome game. It was a fun game. We were just on the wrong side of it this time.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a game you hate to see either team lose in that, and. Good luck to you next week, and continued success the rest of the way.
Thank you.
P.J. Peterson, head coach of the Lake Park Audubon Raider football team, following a 17-14 loss in overtime to the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. Post-game show from Home Crown Realty continues. When we come back, Mike Erickson will be down on the sidelines with some members of the Ada-Borup-West Cougars. Stick around on yourliveevent.com.
Starting off on some smaller projects to get me worked up to some of the bigger things built around here.
The atmosphere in the shop is very, very team-based, which is great.
It's really cool to see the beginning and end product.
So it's very satisfying to build something that you know people are really going to appreciate.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
In our post-game report, let's get it from Home Crown Realty, homecrownrealty.com, and our post-game report here on yourliveevent.com. We go from our post-game conversation right on into our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game. And the Precision Player of the Game, Mike Erickson, down on the field, and he's got Tate Jacobson, who kicked the game-winning field goal. Mike?
All right, Tate, game-winning field goal. Had to kick it twice. Walk me through those last plays there.
I was just trying to pay attention, not get too nervous. I mean, they called timeout, and I just thought I'd still go through with the kick, and went through, and that made me feel a little bit easier about the second one. And when the second one went through, it just felt like a huge relief. Just like we.
Good deal, man. You know, I was talking with Kevin during the game about, they call a timeout, ice the kicker, and that's the strategy behind it. The strategy is, geez, you're going to make this guy nervous, or you give him 2 tries at it, right? A little more practice. So have you walk me through practice? Have you I didn't notice you guys doing any special team stuff like pregame. Correct me if I'm wrong. Were you kicking field goals pregame?
I kicked 3 pregame.
Okay, so there were a few, not many.
Yep.
So is this something that you daily in practice, or what do we got?
Yeah, we usually do at least twice every spot on special teams, and so bomb squad, we usually get 2 kicks each kicker. So yeah, so only a couple times, not that long.
Well, congratulations, Tate. It's a game of roles, and sometimes roles become heroship in certain situations. So congratulations to you and your team on the win.
Thank you.
All right, very good, Mike. Take Jacobson down on the field as our RDK Enterprises Precision Player of the Game, RDK Enterprises, planterdoc.com. Now down on the field, some of our stars of the game from Darren Ramey, Insurance Brokers of America and American Federal Bank in Ada. And star of the game here, let's go down to the field where I see a guy wearing the number 54, Aaron Sipp, down on the field with Mike Erickson.
Okay, Aaron Sipp, let's go, man. Nice win. This would be probably some of your first varsity action, maybe a little bit last year, right?
Yeah, I started a little bit this past 2 years, but this is definitely my first full game I played starting on varsity. It was really fun. I didn't expect the overtime, but I think I played better than I thought I would. I guess 3 weeks of practice before the game really helped me out.
For sure, man. You did a great job. Something that I think is a theme here is we're trying to. You graduate a lot of your line from last year, right? So it's stepping in and into some new roles. So how are you feeling? Are you feeling comfortable? Are you feeling nervous to start, or maybe a combination?
The first week of practice, we noticed that we had no starting players from last year, and we really didn't know how good we would be this year. But I think we definitely got a whole lot better just in 3 weeks of practice.
Right, and you definitely took a step in the right direction, and that's a big part of it. What are some of you remember either like key things, key plays, key factors that helped you get to victory here?
some plays that I did wrong during practice. One of the coaches just take me aside and talk to me, and they'd ask me what I did wrong, and I'd tell them what I thought I did wrong, and I guess I was right. And they'd just coach me and tell me what to do and how to take the right steps to what I'm supposed to do.
Good deal, man. Yeah, that's a big part of it, especially early on. You're probably going to make mistakes week 1. We want to minimize those week 8, right? So congratulations to you and your team, and best of luck to the rest of the way.
Yep, thank you.
Bet.
Very good, Mike. Appreciate that. As some of our stars of the game from American Federal Bank, Darren Ramey Agency. Let's continue on. Let's talk Enbridge Energy. Enbridge Energy, player of the game, and down on the field, you got Trenton Sipp with you.
Yeah, Enbridge Energy, player of the game, Trent Sipp. Congratulations, man. Third quarter was, it seemed to be that you were running with a little bit more intent, looking to do a little bit of damage, and you're 4 or 5 yards every time. Got the touchdown beginning the fourth quarter. Walk us through that. What were the adjustments made in the second half?
Yeah, absolutely. Our coaches are very willing to listen to us as we're out there playing. We recognize things. All of us were recognizing they run a 3-man front, and with a 3-man front, I knew we could run dive, and I was happy for my linemen just be able to open those up for me.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a team sport that way, and as I was talking with Aaron, it's a line that is unproven, inexperienced at this point, so you're not really sure what you're going to get, but it seemed like they played well, especially in the moments where they needed to.
Absolutely. I'm so happy with my line. They're super physical. We got a lot of work to do, but as long as we keep that physicality up, that's all we need.
That's right. Defensively, you were in on a bunch of plays as well. You blew up one play where we recovered the fumble. You had some nicely timed blitzes. Is that something that you're just kind of instinctively doing? Is that something your coach do? Walk me through that.
In some situations, I shouldn't be doing that, as my coach told me. There was one time I did mess up. But other than that, when it's the right situation and I've been reading their calls, it can definitely go through and get huge plays for us.
Well, that's a moment where you maybe heard me say wild horses before. You don't put saddles on wild horses, my man. So nice job, good game, and good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you very much.
Very good. Appreciate that. Trent Sipp, our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, as our Home Crown Realty postgame report continues. Enbridge Energy, of course, they bring you our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game, and we will have more. Enbridge Energy, of course, tomorrow is happening right now. Now more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. So visit tomorrowison.com. That is tomorrowison.com. Enbridge Energy. Energy takes life. Hey, keeping it right here, it is the Home Crown Realty postgame report. We will talk to postgame coaches' comments. Yes, we will. Down in the field, following an overtime victory over the Lake Park Audubon Raiders 17-14, Mike Erickson stands by with the head coach of Ada-Borup-West football, that is Paul Tingham.
Paul, it took a while to get there. You got the overtime, made some key plays. Talk about the adjustments made in the second half.
It was a heck of a good football game. We're lucky to get to overtime, honestly. We are grateful for the win, and they're a heck of a team. And, the adjustments second half, offensively, I think we decided to pound it a little bit more with Trenton. Just first half, we threw it a lot more, and we had chances for some plays. We didn't. We just wanted to make sure we sustained a few drives. We kind of won field position, I think, there in the second half, except for the one they punched it in. And then, overtime, the kids came up huge, obviously. End overtime, too. We stopped them down there very close to the goal line to cause overtime. And then overtime, we came up and 1 first down, 1 second down, and then, just luckily we held them out of the end zone, and, we spent a lot of time on special teams, and, that was huge tonight, obviously, and the field goal that Tate knocked through there. So, 2 in a row, they called the timeout to try to ice him, but he kept calm and made the second one, too, so that was huge. But, happy for the win, but we got to get better, obviously.
Sure. I noticed in the third quarter the word I used was intent or intentional. Trent to end the line just seemed to be much more intentional about getting off the line, making contact, being physical. Would you agree that that's something that they played with a lot more fire?
Yeah, and, halftime Trenton was like, feed me. I can get 3, 4, 5 yards of carry. So, we made a couple adjustments blocking wise, nothing huge, but just getting some double teams instead of one-on-one in a couple spots. And we definitely more intentional. Try to pound it a little bit with Trent, and he's a hard runner and took care of the ball. And offensive line did a great job there. I think second half, kind of controlling the line of scrimmage better than we did the first half. We got to, I think, with the skills that we have on our team, we got to mix it up more. But just the first half, we just didn't take advantage of the opportunities, so we had to, try to win field position and just, ground and pound. Honestly, the second half there, we with a few seconds left of the fourth quarter there, we had a nice little drive put together. We had no timeouts left and ran out of time there, but it was an exciting game to watch. Unfortunately somebody had to lose it, and fortunately for us, it was not us. So we're proud of the kids for not giving up and making adjustments and getting better throughout the game. And it was a gutsy win by all of our kids. And Lake Park Audubon it was a really gutsy game too. I mean, they played great, and they're going to win a lot of football games this year. They're a much improved team, and they're physical, and they got some athletes. They got a really good quarterback. Got a couple good quarterbacks, honestly, and they probably deserved to win the game more than we did, honestly, in a lot of ways. But we pulled it out somehow, so we're just happy with the win.
For sure. Tate Jacobson knocks it through at the end. You mentioned it's something you practice. Is Tate the only guy you've been working with, or has it been several? What kind of went into the decision to make sure Tate was the one out there?
The first couple of weeks, we were giving guys basically open tryouts, and we had it down to it was like 5 or 6 guys, and then they kept rotating through, and then on Wednesday, 2 days ago, it was down to Tate and Mason. They had a little kickoff, and they both kicked really well, but Tate kicked a little bit better, and obviously tonight was the right choice. Tate kicked it through there, so yeah, he's been our number 1 field goal kicker for 2 days, so he did a nice job. And we had a nice snap, nice hold, nice blocking by the line there, because they were very close to blocking that too. It looked like I was happy it slid through somebody's hands there, but yeah, I mean, a lot of pressure by a sophomore there. First time ever kicking in a football game like that under that pressure in overtime. That's huge by anybody, but especially 10th grader who's been our starting kicker for 2 days. I mean, you look at the NFL guys and that pressure situations like that, I think it's automatic, but it's not. Some of those guys slide it right, hook it left, and they're getting paid millions of dollars. And Tate kept his head down and drove it through there twice. So that was huge. He did won the game for us. So man, can't ask for any more out of the first time kicker like that. And the first time starting on the O-line for us too. He did, not only kicked the winning kick there, but he started on the O-line. And he's only been playing O-line for us for basically a week. He was playing fullback, and we been rotating guys trying to find the best fit. And he's literally been playing O-line for about basically a week. So that kid stepped up huge for us in the O-line, and obviously that kick to win the game there.
Right. So coming up, what do we got next?
We got Labor Day weekend, 3 days off, so that's nice. Get a little rest here, and then next week we got to head over to Foston. So, we got to watch film, get better, correct mistakes, and we just got to improve. We have a very athletic team. There was times tonight we looked like we were athletic, and there's times we used that athleticism, made plays, but as a coach, I feel we had the opportunity to make a few more plays that we didn't make. And we got to just execute better and, make those plays. If we, kudos to Lake Park Audubon. I told the kids, they're playing hard too. They're playing hard. So, got to give them credit, but we got to make more plays than we did. And, we set things up and had that chance, but, sometimes it doesn't happen. So we just got to get more consistent. When you have the opportunity to make a play, you got to make a play. And, sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. And, but give credit to LPA. They did a nice job, and they adjusted defensively too, because we came out, threw it around a little bit, and then they kind of changed their pass coverage and locked up man-to-man and some guys underneath. And, they changed on the fly and did a nice job adjusting to what we were doing too. And, it was a heck of a game. We're just happy to win.
Right. Yeah. Trent and Aaron kind of mentioned that they had some moments, some plays where, whether it's penalties or misassignments where doggone it, I'd like to make that play next week. And it's a progression, right? You make these mistakes week 1, you don't want to be making them as often week 8.
Oh, for sure. We have a whole new starting offensive line, so we have no returning starters off the offensive line. So, they did a nice job against pretty experienced group of offensive line. That they had most of their guys back on the old line from last year. So and they had a group of 13 seniors. We got a decent senior class too, size-wise. But they were big and physical, and for a short 3 weeks with all new guys, and we really weren't set on who our old line was until about a week ago, honestly. So we have a room for a lot of improvement, and if we can do that, we're just gonna get better and better. And our skill guys got to make more plays, and we got Aiden, a quarterback, 3-year starter. He's got to lead us a little bit more than he did tonight. And he did a great job too, but he's got to step up and make a couple more plays. He had the opportunity to, and he will, because he's an experienced kid and he's a great kid. And it's just we're gonna get a lot better from this week 1 to week 2, just because of how green we were up front, I think. And we have playmakers, and we just, I don't know, got to get them in better positions to make plays and just execute a little bit better. So I'm confident we will, and like I said, happy with the win, and we got to get better.
All right, well, good luck to you the rest of the way.
Hey, thank you.
There we go. That is Paul Tingham, head coach, Ada-Borup-West football. Appreciate that, Mike. You can come on up, my man, as that was post-game coaches' comments here on our Home Crown Realty post-game report. Home Crown Realty, homecrownrealty.com. Naming our Subway Ada Super Sub of the game, courtesy of Subway and Ada, following the Ada-Borup-West overtime victory over Lake Park Audubon, the final score of 17-14, as you see on the screen. Subway Ada, try the series sandwiches from Subway Ada. Now, when you're in town for upcoming activities, games, make sure you stop at Subway Ada. They're ready to see you. Of course, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they've got you covered at Subway and Ada. And they give away a free 6-inch sandwich to our super sub of the game. And that sub comes from the Lake Park Audubon Raiders. It's going to be Sean Felker. Felker comes in the ball game, needed to come in when Drew Harris went down with a brief injury there, and Felker actually just about got to the end zone. A couple of carries for Felker. He'll be our super sub, courtesy of Subway Ada, where you can always eat fresh, as our post-game report continues here tonight. Lastly, this evening, we talk about the Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection, keeping you connected. It's the folks at Halstead Telephone Company. Choose HTC. They are how to connect. Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. And tonight, the connection between the kicker and the football. Tay Jacobson kicks the ball through the uprights. The connection there, and a good hold by Cameron Spaeth, and needing to do it twice. The timeout to ice the kicker. He made it once. He made it twice. And pressure on the young man, Tate Jacobson, and the field goal kick is the Halstead Telephone Company post-game connection. We are how to connect. Halstead Telephone Company. Choose HTC. We can finally, I think, run down our numbers here in our final statistics tonight on yourliveevent.com. We named our stars. We named our sub. We named our Precision Player of the Game. We named the Enbridge Energy Player of the Game. I guess we got to talk about our friends at Visser Trenching. They were digging in the trenches, and Ada-Borup-West, it was talked about in Lake Park Audubon too. You got to find those linemen. They got to get together and get cohesive, and we saw a lot of guys digging in the trenches here tonight, just like Visser Trenching. Digging. And, of course, trust Visser Trenching. You're looking at some projects here before the winter. Visser Trenching certainly can be of assistance to you when it comes to some delivery of gravel, of rock, dirt. You look at some crushed asphalt too, other items that Visser Trenching is ready to deliver to you. Broadcasting here tonight from the Laura Tweeten Thriving Financial broadcast booth. Jack next to me, been great. Thriving Financial, Laura Tweeten, choosing to plan for your retirement. Choose conversation with Thriving Financial and Laura Tweeten today. Okay, let's run down the final statistics. For Lake Park Audubon, they had a big day offensively. 309 yards of offense, 281 on the ground, 28 passing. It was Drew Harris leading the Raiders. He had 9 carries, 179 yards rushing, and a touchdown. Now, 85 of those came on 1 carry. He had 173 in the first half alone. Zeke Noel carried it 15 times for 41 yards. Caden Beskey had 5 carries for 2 yards and a touchdown. And Felker had 2 carries for 9. Brody Chilton had 12 carries, 50 yards. And Caden Beskey through the air was 5 of 10 for 28 yards. Receiving, it was for the Lake Park Audubon Raiders, Anton Wickenheiser. He had a catch for 17 to lead through the air. The Raiders turned it over twice, 2 fumbles. They had 5 penalties for 25 yards and 11 first downs. Raiders will host Mahnomen Waubun next week, a game we'll have coverage of with R&J Sports on Gold 101.5 KRJM. For Ada-Borup-West tonight, Aiden Markison, 6 of 15 through the air, 130 yards and an interception. Brennan Fetting carried it for 3 times, had 1 yard. Trenton Sipp, 16 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. It was Cameron Spaeth, 5 carries, 19 yards, and a score. Aiden Markison, 5 carries for 29 yards, and Wyatt Larson had a carry for 3. 3 catches, 64 yards for Cameron Spaeth. 2 catches, 62 yards for Mason Larson. 1 catch for 4 yards for Brennan Fetting. 97 rushing, 130 passing, 227 yards of offense for Ada-Borup-West here today. They had 4 penalties for 20 yards, 1 turnover in the ball game, 10 first downs, and a win on a Tate Jacobson 21-yard field goal in overtime, 17-14, Ada-Borup-West over Lake Park Audubon. Thanks to our sponsors. They made the broadcast possible. Whenever possible, patronize the advertisers. At the very least, tell them thank you. Thanks to you for joining us wherever you are. We appreciate you on yourliveevent.com. Watch back the game? You can do that. yourliveevent.com in the archives. Thanks to Jack Albee, who ran the show here tonight. Jack, dynamite work. That's a snap and a clap and everything. Mike Erickson down on the field. Great work, Mike. We'll work with you again. Spencer Ribke will join some with Ada-Borup-West football. Cougars move to 1-0 this season. They travel to Fosston next week. Coverage on 96.7 FM KKCQ and a web stream as well on GVTV, so you can check that out. Garden Valley Technologies. It's a subsidiary with R&J Broadcasting Incorporated as well. So, with that being said, that's the plans, and that's what I know here today. 17-14 in overtime, Ada-Borup-West over Lake Park Audubon. I'm Kevin Kochman, thanking you for joining us tonight. Have a great night and a great weekend, everybody.